We welcome you in on this Tuesday afternoon. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Skraby. A epic World Series Game 3 last night, won by the bad guys. Freddie Freeman with the walk-off homer in the 18th inning.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
I know your DVR shut you down.
I didn't see that.
In the top of the 18th.
My DVR only made it to the top of the 18th. Yes. I couldn't have been the only one who did not program enough bonus time from the DVR.
Extra what?
I went 3 hours and 45 extra, and that took me to the top of the 18th inning.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So for those,
I didn't see who won for quite a while. I had to, switch channels and figure it out.
Yeah, a new standard has been set for DVRers out there, right?
Yeah,
you can't just do the next show. You got to probably now do the next two shows.
Take two shows after the game.
Maybe even three to play it safe.
Maybe. That was really something.
I have a suggestion.
Oh, watch the game live?
Yep. Because you know what? I went to
spend
bed
your
last
entire
night.
night from 5 p.m. to midnight focused on a baseball game.
What else do I have to do?
Well, listen, you don't have anything else to do. I do take care of some other things.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things.
What do you take care of?
But even on the
it's a fair question, but he obviously doesn't know my wife too well.
Okay.
Because even when she's not in town, the long arm of the law reaches out and finds little things for me to do.
He's newly in a relationship.
Yes, he's just figuring this out.
I am a man. I handle my own schedule.
Okay. Yes, you keep saying that and until you're not in the relationship anymore, because it won't be long.
Time is ticking.
Time is ticking.
But what a game. I mean,
incredible. Really?
This is high-level baseball at its best. I know it pains to hear that considering the Dodgers are involved, but that was just a lot of good baseball from cuts and relay. He had some bad base running early in that ball game. Bo Bichette gets picked off, not knowing the outs. I don't think the umpires really helped anybody out on that particular play. But
I think he knew the outs. He just thought that Mark Wegner called ball 4, and he stranded straight off first base, started to walk to second.
But even who was at the play? Varsho was already kind of he was taking his stuff off like it was like
he started to walk to first, then he turned around like, oh, you called it a strike, and then he started to go to first anyway.
It was
I didn't understand. It was really kind of weird, but you had 6 players thrown out on the bases, 2 at third, 2 at home, and you had 57 runners left on base. To me, like, you could have a long game like that and just nobody's really threatening, so it's kind of just going on and on and on and on. In this game, there was threats. It seemed like every other inning or every half inning. So that's what made it really exciting. Nobody was scoring, obviously, from the 8th inning to the 18th inning, but it wasn't that they didn't have chances to score. They had a lot of chances to score.
What we've learned, what we know, I think, going in these postseason games is teams want to get the lead so they can put pressure on. And so it was a battle for somebody to try to get the lead. I mean, a couple homers kind of, I think, stabilized the game. But it was really the risk-taking and the pursuit to get that next run, which led to a lot of the guys getting thrown out at third. And guys
are not listening to the old theory, which says don't make the last out at third base.
Not in the World Series, in
the World Series they're trying to get to third anyway.
Because it's so hard to get to third.
I guess so, yeah. But Hernandez got thrown out with 2 outs at third, and I think it was I forget for Toronto, but the great play Edman made going out into right field to get that ball that tipped off of Freeman's glove, and I forgot who was going to third on that one, but they cut him down. And it just, even Teoscar Hernandez executed a perfect relay from the right field corner to Edman to get the Schneider at home easily, actually. Yeah. It was a lot of fun and good baseball. A couple of, we've gone this far without talking about Ohtani, but I mean, when you go 4 for 4 with 5 walks, you're on base 9 times. I don't think that's a record that will ever be broken in any game. I mean, how many can you get on base that many times? And John Schneider, the manager of the Blue Jays, says they're not going to pitch to him anymore. And I wonder how involved is that going to be? Like, are they going to intentionally walk him to lead off the game? Does he mean it? I mean, I don't know quite what he means by that.
I don't think he means first inning. I think he's really talking about any turning points in the game.
Any chance late in the game, they'll just 100%. Put him on base.
It's not worth it at this point. I mean, every swing he takes, at least last night, either ended up over the fence or close to over the fence. But they all were extra base hits.
Yeah, his last 7 extra base hits at home, 5 are homers and 2 are doubles. He's only the second player in World Series history to have 4 extra base hits in a game, and the first guy was some no-name from like 1916.
Right.
So, yeah, you don't see what he did very often at this kind of level. But, Toronto's fighting hard. I give them that. Kirk is having a really good series, representing south of the border here really well. I mean, that was a big 3-run homer, Tony. I mean, you're down 2-0. You're facing Glass now. You're figuring if we can just get 1 run in, we'll be happy. He goes over the boards. That was impressive. So maybe Toronto gets a win here. I kind of went into this thinking the Dodgers are going to take all 3. And there might be a thought right now, well, the Blue Jays missed their opportunity. You could say that, but you could also say that Toronto has to know they can play with these guys now. I mean, they just played 18 innings with them. So
I don't think it's only been us on the outside, or some of us on the outside that have felt that way. I mean, this team is legit, and they got some guys that perform big time, and Kirk's one of them right now. I mean, that 3-run homer certainly changed the balance of that game. It looked like
it looked like Dodgers, it was going to be a typical Dodger win. Yeah,
it did. And then that 3-run homer happened. I thought there was just some really good defensive plays. You mentioned the relay. I think Guerrero's throw to third base to nab the runner.
Yeah,
there were so many good things happen in that game, but it always boils down to a lot of times to some of the bigger guys on the team, and Freddie Freeman. By the way,
he is the moment.
The last 2 times he came up, he hit the bullet in the left center.
I thought he hit a grand slam on the previous
tracked down.
Yeah.
That one, just around
center cut, fastball. You can't go there.
No.
But Freddie Freeman, I mean, all he was the MVP of the World Series twice now and already in his career. And then he's, coming through with a shot like that. There is one. I think the one big thing right now is whether or not Springer will be in the lineup tonight.
Yeah.
Toronto's lineup is not yet out. I was happy to see, Aztec for life, Ty France get a knock. That was good. But I think if you're Toronto, Springer's such a go-to in these situations.
He's one of those big guys that performs in big moments, too.
Yeah, their lineup's not out, but that'll be something to look at here, whether he can get in the lineup tonight. And, Ohtani, I mean, what more can the guy do? Is he going to go out there tonight and pitch another 6-inning, 10 strikeout, shutout? Or the man is making a mockery of the game almost right now.
At this point, he's only growing his legend.
Yes,
honestly,
is.
If he goes out and gives us anything from 6 and up, shutty to 1 run, it's going to we're going to be talking about this performance forever. We're already going to be talking about it. Now if he adds a pitching element to it the very next day after playing 18.
If he goes 18 innings, gets on base 9 times, and comes back the next day and pitches a shutout.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. The thing that Skraby hates Ohtani and hates the whole thing with the gambling.
Please, let me speak for myself.
That's fair.
We can speak for you.
I like Ohtani the person. I hate that he got away with gambling. So.
All right.
That would. I don't think
you have no proof of that at all.
I don't think those 2 things jive.
You're right. I don't have any proof.
But when he played for the Angels, how long was he with them? 4 years? 5?
I think it's
because honestly, every year he was with the Angels, they weren't very good. So I think for the most part, most of us only kind of just read about Ohtani. Saw him from kind of afar. I don't think, unless you're a diehard Angel fan,
he was with them for 6 years. But
really, 6 years. I don't remember seeing many games. I saw a lot of highlights of him hitting a home run. I saw him pitch a couple of games. I remember him in the All-Star game facing Tatis and in that. So I knew he was incredible. But now that I'm watching every game, because he's on TV every night,
right? That's the difference.
You're just starting to go, this is crazy. And then you wonder, how did the Padres get him out last year for a whole series?
Last year? They got
And
him
this
out
year.
all this year.
Right. How do you ever get him out? Because Smoltz keeps saying you got to go up with the fastball.
That's how
Well,
they
one
got
of
him
those
out.
went out of the ballpark last night, too. So,
Well, I
you
think
know.
Smoltzy hit on that. Yes, in that first at bat when he hooked that homer on that fastball up. I think that's one of the times where he got to it. But you have to live there because he hasn't shown he could do that.
If you go between the belt and the thigh or something,
that's it. You're running a risk of having the longest home run in the history of baseball if you throw it anywhere between the belt and the knee.
Yeah, which is what he did. Which is what he did in the last series.
The Padres did a really good job hammering him up in the zone, making him aware of the ball in, and then using that against him at specific times. Now, that didn't mean they were successful 100% of the time.
No,
he got his, but I would bet the Padres were probably one of the toughest teams. He probably had his worst numbers against the Padres this season.
One thing I would say for sure, Tony, is what you just said. Shohei Ohtani's legend is growing, whether you want it to or not. And even in recent future, we're going to be talking about it. But even more so in 10 years, 15 years, when we're talking to people about this series, this team, because you know how people embellish things after time. So what can you embellish on this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to end
Chris
up.
is secretly loving this because he's the secret Dodger fan.
Yes, I am. I'm loving every minute of it.
I can't wait to be talking about Ohtani in 25 years.
By the way, against the Padres this season, 184.
Whoa.
OBP of 310, slug 327. There isn't a team where he had
that's 637 OPS, which is really low.
That's extremely low.
Yeah.
The White Sox pitched him well, but he only faced him 11 times.
Yeah.
The Rockies on the flip side, 341, 453, 727.
You mean the Rockies couldn't get him out? I'm shocked.
But to the point, the Padres pitched him pretty well.
Yeah.
Last night was not the best display in terms of how to pitch him, but that's just Ohtani being Ohtani, man. That was a ridiculous performance. All right, we're into the show. Stephen Strasburg, new special assistant to the head coach.
We're excited to have him on.
Kevin
for sure.
Vance at San Diego State. Stephen will join us.
Don't you think you got to ask Strasburg and somewhere in this? How would he go after Ohtani?
Well, might as well. We're gonna have him for a few minutes.
Battle of World Series MVPs. I'm already giving Ohtani the award. But
yeah, I mean, he could win it even if his team loses at this point. The way he has swung the bat. But nonetheless, 4-hour show for you guys today. Fantabulous Sports Game Show.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I think you're the defending champ on this one, aren't you?
I'm not going to gloat today because I can go right back to obscurity once again.
Daily Gambit, all your favorites later on in the show, and we'll go into Chris on the other side.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800.
Yeah, music is remarkable when you think about that tune right there, and it just takes you right to some guy with a sheet over his head, sunglasses, and a knife.
Is that somebody's skin on his face? What is that?
No,
That's not Halloween?
This is The Exorcist.
Oh,
It's
it
not
is
Halloween?
No, Halloween's in here. It'll happen at some point, but
Well, that's The Exorcist.
This is
yeah, that was
Exorcist.
pretty scary too.
That was some.
this is Tubular Bells.
I'm not a big fan of The Exorcist.
What's the matter with? What's the matter with?
I'm not a fan of heads spinning around
and pea soup being tossed onto the floor
and then walking on top of
Screaming
ceilings. Yeah,
that was a
obscenities
little
at
crazy.
priests.
I'm good on that.
My parents went to
Skraby
that
told me that
movie.
Linda Blair, who was the girl in The Exorcist, like had mental issues after making the movie.
I read that.
Yep,
I read that.
She did.
That was how scary that one was.
Yeah. Then they went downhill with
Leave those
Exorcist
spirits
2.
alone.
If you like a scary movie, though,
Don't
and
play with 'em.
if you like a scary movie, The Exorcist came out in the early 70s, so it's 50 years old.
Yeah.
Still will scare the hell out of you.
That one still has
It'll still
staying power,
work.
for
Yes.
sure.
The
It'll
power
still-
of Christ compels you.
Yeah,
I
it'll
could
scare
yell
you
that.
still.
I would be a good exorcist priest. I would just start yelling that around the street.
Well, if I ever need one, I know who to call now. I'm good. It's Gwynn and Chris, 220. Stephen, indeed, Strasburg will be joining us in about 20 minutes, so we're excited to have him coming on. Obviously Blue Jays, Dodgers, they start a little after 5 o'clock. We're on till 6, so we'll be able to give you a little feel for that one tonight as it gets underway. And waiting for a Toronto lineup to see if Springer will be playing. Shane Bieber will start against that man again.
By the way,
Shohei.
that game was starting to get dicey.
Bieber looked like he was going to go into
Bieber
the
was
game.
getting ready to go in. You had
Yamamoto was
who
gonna
just
go
threw
in.
a complete
That's
game.
crazy.
He was getting ready to go in. I mean, at one point,
Yeah.
Dave Roberts, before he must have talked it over with his staff, had mentioned, I forget who's on the sideline for this series.
Verducci.
Verducci. He had mentioned to Verducci that a position player was
No.
what he 100%
was going to bring
did.
Kike into this
He
game?
said he didn't know which one it was gonna
Wow.
be, but a position player was in play.
So he was going to give up the game,
and
basically.
it must have been until you, and then they showed him an inning later talking
I
to.
didn't hear that.
Oh, it was prior talking to Yamamoto's
translator and said, "Can
then,
he go?"
And then that must have been when when a half inning later we saw Yamamoto out there getting loose. So
Freddie Freeman homer just in time, but if he did for that, I wish he would have waited till the 28th inning though, because like you just said, more crazy stuff would have happened. Tony,
yeah,
who knows how it would have affected the rest of the series had it gone another 4 or 5 innings.
Honestly, if they go to like 25 innings, does that ruin the rest of the World Series? Because now
you know what would have happened if they would have gone to like 20 and position players showed up the next day. There would have been all types of talking heads wanting new rules in the World Series.
You're right, Tony. Good thing it didn't happen.
I was happy that it ended.
Yes, from now on in the World Series, you can carry 37 pitchers so that this doesn't ever happen
you
again.
bet your bottom dollar. That's exactly what
You're
would have happened.
absolutely right. I'm glad it didn't happen.
Me too.
I saw a bunch of people out there saying like, see, this is what the regular season had robbed from it is these great. I don't want to see an 18 inning game in the regular season. I really want to see it in the World Series.
You can get away with it in the World Series because there's going to be
we're going to stay with it.
Right.
But in the regular season,
there's
we
no
can't do
way.
it
We
night
can't
after
have
night.
18 innings and then another team having 18 in it or 14. It's just too much. This is how it should look.
This is how it should stay.
100%.
Don't ever change it. It was fantastic theater and everything you could ever ask for last night in Game 3 of the World Series. That's an interesting note. Brad Paisley is saying 4 national anthems, and all of them have gone extra innings, including both 18-inning World Series games, he's saying.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
That's a
Stop
little weird.
inviting Brad to sing.
Yes,
so we don't
keep
have
him on
any
the
more of those.
sidelines.
I mean, he was already at the Cleveland Browns training camp that one time for Hard Knocks.
Yeah, that didn't work out for
no,
the
it
Cleveland.
didn't.
Making a lot of sports appearances.
He is.
This hour brought to you by Toyota Poway. It is voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. APRs as low as 0%. Can't go any lower than that. And tons of new Toyotas on the ground. No tricks, only treats during the Trucktober sales event. It's happening right now at Toyota of Poway up in Tony Gwynn country there. Or online at toyotaofpoway.com. in the heart of San Diego. Chiefs over the Commanders. That's one of the reasons I do DVR, by the way, because I was able to watch both games.
I was going to say that. I was like, if Chris is doing his job like we want him to do, he's going to have to DVR.
Yeah,
because
watch the football.
Like me, I stuck with the baseball game. And not only did I miss the football game because they were on.
Did you miss a Laker game?
I couldn't because Laker game was on the NBA app. Oh, so I had to. I couldn't. It was like, do I really want to keep exiting out of YouTube?
No, you couldn't do that.
So I had to just stay with the game.
You had to stay. You didn't get to see. Well, it's probably best. The Lakers did not have a good game,
did.
Although Reeves put another big number up. Yeah,
40 piece.
But anyway, you're not going to like this anyway, Tony. So I'm only speaking to Scraby here.
Oh, here must be a Chiefs rant right now.
Patrick Mahomes is a whiny little baby.
I thought the other word was coming.
No, he's a whiny little baby. He got pushed out of bounds.
Yep.
And they didn't throw the flag, and he held off from whining on that one. But then another couple of plays later, his receiver got hit a fraction of a second after the ball was incomplete. Arms up, looking to the world, and then the flag came in right after he whined about it.
Don't make me go pull up some Dan Marino film of him doing the same.
Marino whining? Of
whining because one of his wide
he
receivers didn't get a call.
No, but the difference is...
Oh, what's the difference,
The difference is that Patrick Mahomes can influence the referees.
Oh, is that right?
That's the difference.
No, you guys need to stop perpetuating this nonsense.
Mariota got shoved into the first row in the fourth quarter.
Pretty sure he got kicked in the face, too, and nothing happened.
I didn't see that.
I know. That's not true.
I don't know about that.
It's not true.
Late in the game, though, he got shoved into the bench, and there was no flag, so the Commanders, one of their assistant coaches, shoved the Chiefs player, basically, and then the Chiefs player shoved him, so that's what the Chief player got the penalty for. Not for anyway.
Can't be shoving coaches on the sideline.
He didn't get the penalty for pushing the player. He got the penalty for pushing the coach. He got the penalty.
Yeah, but he didn't get the penalty that everybody else would have gotten for hitting Mahomes that late.
Yeah, that is true.
I totally agree with you now, Scraby. I'm on your side. Come over to the dark side.
What was the thing you told us off the dark side here? Like you were watching one of the referees and he gave all of the close calls to the Chiefs.
If you have time.
There we go. Some more close call joints. Here we go. I can't wait to hear.
First of all, the Washington touchdown was ruled, of course, no catch.
Yeah.
And it was. Twice the Chiefs were given touchdowns.
Yes.
Reaching for the goal line.
Yes.
Both times replay had to take them away.
Yes.
So that's 3 calls on
everybody's
scoring
doing their
plays.
job.
All 3 were wrong, and all 3 were in the favor of the Chiefs.
They all
How does this
did
happen,
their job.
Tony?
They did their job.
Okay.
They did their job.
Okay. Their job is to get the call wrong in favor of the Chiefs.
You guys get to view it in slow-mo. They have to do it in actual.
I understand.
Real time.
We get that, but how can all 3 were wrong in favor of the Chiefs?
They all got it. It
Not
happens.
one of
It's human
those.
error.
It happens.
This is why they have instant replay, right?
That's
what
your
you
only
say.
go-to now is the palms up. You can't defend this Mahomes thing anymore.
It's because it's ridiculous. You can't defend ridiculousness. That's really what it is.
No, he does run around the field acting like he was personally assaulted.
I saw Tom Brady do the same thing. Nobody said
Tom
that
Brady
about...
didn't even get the calls either.
Oh, they got a whole rule. They literally made up a rule in real time.
The tuck rule.
At least before, at least before
enough.
Tom Brady got protected, which he did get protected. He took some hard hits. I've seen a few of those.
That's not
before they put all the little rules in.
After the Brady timeline.
You got Mahomes twinkle toeing down the sideline.
Listen. Tom walked so Mahomes can fly.
Twinkle toeing down the sideline.
We all know what it looks like. He fakes like he's gonna go out of bounds, and then when he does that little fake, then he goes back onto the field and he runs another 30 yards.
No,
and
I'm going to
this is genius.
Even he said that was wrong. He did. He said that was wrong.
All right.
No,
I didn't hear that.
Listen, if he continues to do that, if any of these defense have
he's going to get
any
hit
type of, you know what, they'll just hit him, take the fine, but make him remember, hey, you don't have to get out of bounds, man. That's just how it goes. Instead of sitting here whining like you guys are every
I think
day.
I'm gonna keep whining because I think it's unfair. I looked at Dan Quinn over there and he's just like, "This, what do I got to do to get a call?"
Every time
this is just weak.
I know. I feel bad every time I see a game in Kansas City. I know who's going to win that game. It's the Chiefs.
It's just because they're better.
Well, that's
they did try to remember.
Part of the issue.
It's just because they're better.
The Bulls used to win them all too, and I know because I heard all the complaints. Jordan got protected.
Yeah,
so I've heard them all, on the other side. So I know where you're coming from, Tony. But I'm not on the Chiefs side on this one. So I'm more seeing some of this stuff.
Mahomes down the sideline.
You got to find that sound.
I got to get him one of those
sound. You know what I'm
You know what
talking
you
about?
got to do? You got to get a meme of Mahomes.
A Mahomes.
Yeah, right. Of Mahomes trickling down the sideline and put a Fred Flintstone outfit on him, because that was what Fred used to do when he started the car.
Tony might get upset though that we're making fun of Patrick.
Now,
Mahomes,
at this point,
so.
you guys do it pretty much every day anyway. So, I mean, every week there's something new about him. He just keeps winning. Meantime,
Oh, there's no question.
Someone's on.
Well, I mean, how can you lose? How can you lose? You get every freaking call.
See, everything on this show can be explained as you're on their payroll.
that's the easy way to go about it.
Final score: Refs 28,
Yes.
Commanders 7 last night. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Strasburg, man, he gave us a lot of thrills, and we're excited to have him coming on the program. World Series MVP 2019. It's really been that long ago. Think of that. It seemed like one, yesterday.
That was another fulfilling World Series right there, watching the Astros go down finally.
A series where the home team went 0-7.
They never won a game.
Yeah, Strasburg took home all the hardware, though, and he'll join us next on Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
My guy Stephen Strasburg will join us here shortly, and when he does, it'll be because of the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Shout out to Mark Wegner last night, home plate umpire. We don't think about it often, but they are standing the whole time. They don't sit at any point during the game. Not a one. Like not in.
Is it completely taboo? Like in the 14th inning, if they went between innings and sat on the bench just for a minute?
You know where it would be taboo? Amongst other umpires. I bet you they'd wear him out. They'd wear any umpire out. I've never seen an umpire in my entire life.
But I wonder if it's like part of their code. Like they just cannot sit no matter what.
All I know is my man Wegner was behind the plate in like the 15th, and he started like in between pitches, like spreading out to try to take some of the pressure off his knees and back.
Oh, that's a long day.
It was a long day. So I couldn't even be mad.
7 hours of squats.
Yeah,
basically.
He just started going like this at the end.
He was just like, I'm going to stand. I'm surprised he didn't ask to go stand behind the mound. He's calling from back there.
Why does he get one of those stools that you
and I know none of those catchers smelled great too by the time you got to like although he had a couple different catchers, so maybe it wasn't as bad. But what a game last night.
Yeah. I mean, what was the official time? I didn't get a 6 something. I'm sure 45. Something like that. I never got the official number. All I know is that I didn't see the end of it. So I wonder if anybody else had a similar issue. I know everybody kind of makes fun of me for DVRing games, and I have a reason.
Final time was 6 hours and 39 minutes.
6:39. Yeah,
that's insane.
That's nuts.
Yeah, because it was a slow moving game to begin with. If it would have gone 9 innings, it would have been over 3 hours. But that's kind of okay with me. World Series, you take your time.
Yeah, we've had this discussion. I think once you get to the postseason, I don't think anybody's complaining about time of play because of the intensity of the games. Like you don't even. I mean, obviously last night's an exception to the rule. You don't think about the time very often come postseason. That one is different because it went 18 innings and you knew you were watching a lot of baseball at the time. So
there's probably some weary-eyed people at work on the East Coast today. I mean, if you're a baseball fan, you had to stay up till what, 2 a.m?
Yeah.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Basically.
I saw Mad Dog Russo going off about it this morning. You know,
what does he want to do?
I don't know. I don't think he wanted him to change anything. He was just something to be mad about for a
doesn't
segment.
take much.
No, it doesn't. Joining us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline, none other than Stephen Strasburg. Stephen, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Let's start with the news from yesterday. Special assistant to head coach Kevin Vance. I'm not sure I saw this coming from you, man. Like, what has possessed you to, get this much closer to being back on the field again?
Yeah, I really care about the San Diego State baseball program, and I feel like that. They're a sleeping giant, and, college baseball is such a fun sport to watch. And, obviously seeing what the Padres have done over the years here, this is a baseball town, and I really want to do everything I can to get Tony Gwynn Stadium back into the spotlight. And it's going to be a fun process, I believe.
Yeah, Stephen. I mean, look, it's a great venue, right? It's first class, Division I baseball stadium. When you pitched there, you saw what it looked like with 3,000 people in there. But as Tony mentioned, I mean, I know you were always kind of on the outside, lending your support to the baseball program. Was there anything in particular though that pushed you to make another little jump here? And will you actually be in the dugout, or will you be around the team at practice? What's your role, or do you know that yet?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit of everything. They brought in a great coaching staff, and Kevin Vance, Tyler Holt, Kevin Heiss. Really enjoyed getting a chance to know them this fall. A lot of new players there, and it's a lot of really good momentum for the program, which has kind of been stagnant for some years. And I really want to just do everything I can to get them over the next hump. And I really believe that they can be a national contender someday.
Stephen, I mean, obviously, Kevin Vance in his first year or about approaching his first year as head coach here at San Diego State. I mean, what type of wisdom will you be able to impart, or what will you be actually kind of sitting back and watching as I'm sure these players are going to have tons and tons of questions for you as you arrive there at practice for the first time.
Yeah, it's I can honestly say that I've experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows in this game, and I'm just want to make myself available to share my experience, and hopefully something clicks with them because once an Aztec, always an Aztec, and there's Aztecs throughout this game still, and I really want to do everything in my power to highlight that and just show that we're all here in the dugout with them this season and moving forward.
Stephen, when you played for Tony's dad at San Diego State, I'm just curious, going back a little bit, what originally attracted you to San Diego State? Obviously, you grew up here. And talk a little bit about, if I recall correctly, you were a closer your freshman year, and how you went from that to starting and how that kind of changed your life. And I think the last thing would be how Tony's dad handled you and prepared you for the pro game. I always thought that was a big part of everything.
Yeah, it was really a match made in heaven for me. It changed my life. I grew up, I got into baseball at 3 years old because of Tony Gwynn. And I just became infatuated with it, obsessed with it. And I was blessed enough that San Diego State saw some potential in me, and they gave me an opportunity. I went into that freshman year. I didn't have a role, and I had some great upperclassmen there that really took me under their wing and showed me what it really took on a daily basis to get better. And then really the rest is history. It's my career would have probably never gotten off the ground if it wasn't for everybody there at State.
Stephen, as year one approaches for Kevin and this team, obviously I read the story today that was written by Kirk Kenny, and he was talking about how it was always the goal to get to Omaha at San Diego State. Not to say that has changed in recent years, but it does seem like it's a little bit further away. What are some of the things that you've been able to kind of highlight? And I know you've talked about some of the work you've done behind the scenes, but Tony Gwynn Stadium needing to kind of fit the mold of what, a team who goes to Omaha plays in. What are some of the new fixes that are approaching San Diego State this year?
Yeah, there's been a large increase in support to the program over the last 2 or 3 years, and ultimately this is a passion project for me. I grew up going to Tony Gwynn Stadium with my dad, and I had just amazing memories watching the Aztecs. My parents are alumni. I consider Tony Gwynn Stadium to be the premier venue in this city, and with time, everything begins to change a little bit. And, my goal is to get, those facilities back to being what they were when I was a kid. And I really believe that if, all the talent in the backyard has an option to go to San Diego State and be given the resources and facilities to get better every day, that's where you're going to see some real gains in terms of competitiveness long term. And then also, going into the Pac-12 is huge. It's Oregon State is no joke. They've done it before, and they're continuing to be at the top level in the game, and that's our direct competition. So we got to continue to keep building to be ready for that play and hopefully make some noise.
It's totally possible what he's talking about.
100%.
Right. You know that, Tony. And I know it because right when I got done playing, I mean, your dad was still there. And, we had Meacham and, Al Newman at the time, and a team that I believe got all the way up to number 2 in the nation. And deservedly so, was top 10 for 2 or 3, 4 years there. So we know this can be done. But how do you make the next step? I mean, that seems like getting it back. And can you get one player? Do you need to get a bunch of kids from local to kind of start the ball rolling, Stephen?
Yeah, I mean, from personal experience, moving back to San Diego, I dabbled in high school baseball last year, helping out coaching, and the general consensus that I've seen from the high school athlete at this point is that unfortunately San Diego State is a little bit of an afterthought, and in this new era, everybody wants to go to an SEC school and things like that. But I think you can just really look at how strong our alumni are from San Diego State baseball. I mean, we're littered throughout the game, and that really shows what this program is capable of. And now it's a matter of really just going out there and making steady improvements. And it's much like the Field of Dreams movie: if you build it, they will come.
Stephen, now having spent some time with you and know how you came up in this game, it's a lot different now. Pitchers view pitching, I think, a little bit different than it was once viewed. How does that jive with the way that you see the kind of art of pitching? Obviously, a lot of velocity in today's game, a lot of spin, maybe not as much concern on command. And I know you won't be the pitching coach, but I would be silly, I would think, for you not to be participating at least a little bit. How do you see kind of merging what and with today's kind of way of going about pitching?
Yeah, I think it's a balancing act. It's amazing to see how developed college players are. It just seems like the game as a whole is getting younger, and there's so many guys coming out of the draft that are immediately going right to the big leagues and having success. That wasn't necessarily the case. Like when I was there, there was a handful of guys, but it just seems like that the technology and the pitching development, the hitting development aspect is there's so much more data and information that's being thrown at these players. And really it comes down to how do you balance that?
Yeah.
Because, when you're out there competing, I had a pitching coach in DC, Steve McCaddy, and he always said, paralysis by analysis.
Yep.
And, I noticed just watching games that, a lot of guys like to have the iPads there reviewing their spin and everything like that. I'm more like, well, is it a strike? Are you
Right.
being an offensive player as a pitcher, getting into favorable counts? Because that's what separates championship caliber teams and programs, is that are you consistently putting yourself in a position to have success more than failure?
I think San Diego State couldn't be luckier to have Stephen Strasburg coming back and working with this baseball program, and kind of a hands-on part of it. If you don't mind, Stephen, just to go back a little, recollecting at SDSU, we talk about your no-hitter here often. My question to you: do you know who Michael Beltran is? Ring
Michael
any bell?
Beltran.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds familiar. That's for sure.
Okay. He is a guy who got probably the most unlikeliest hit in college baseball history, because he had the only hit against Strasburg in the game. You struck out 23 batters. And I still marvel at that one. I was there for your no-hitter, but 23 strikeouts. Four guys put the ball in play the whole game. I don't know. How do you even explain that one?
Well, it's funny. I can't honestly remember any of the strikeouts, but I do remember that hit. It was a little like bouncing ground ball up the middle, just outside of our reach of our second baseman, and he was running hard down the line. So that's all you got to do as a hitter, is get down the line, hard 90.
Stephen, you mentioned you kind of collected your own data in watching today's game. Well, I'm pretty sure you've watched at least a little bit of last night's World Series game. And I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, if you were on the mound, how would you attack Shohei Ohtani? Because at this point, Toronto is waving the white flag.
Yeah, they've given up.
And I'm not mad at them. I think they should have waved it maybe a little bit earlier than they did. from what you've seen, I know you're not on the field. I know you've watched him at least a little bit. How would you try to attack Shohei Ohtani?
Well, to be 100% honest, I would go with the approach of make him walk.
Okay.
You know, another guy on that team that gave me fits for a long time is Freddie Freeman. And, you know, it wasn't until I decided well before my start that I wasn't going to let him beat me that, you know, I started to do slightly better. But still, you know, those guys are just so incredibly talented. And you can throw the perfect pitch and, you know, they can still do a ton of damage with it. So, yeah, just know where your outs are in the lineup. And right now he's not one of them.
Isn't that funny that I'm looking it up? He knows Freeman is the all-time hit leader against Strasburg of all baseball players.
Like he said, he doesn't remember any of those 23 strikeouts. He remembers the dinker up the middle.
Always remember that stuff. Stephen,
well, I mean, you just see guys that you play with, and you know, Freddie and I go way back. We actually played scout ball together. He was a little bit younger than me, and you know, when I was coming up, it was Jason Hayward and Freddie. And, you know, there was just, I remember sometimes when I just threw what I thought was a really good changeup, and he somehow stayed back on it and hit it off the wall the other way. And that's where you just got to tip your cap.
Not many guys did that against you, though. And especially, I mean, your World Series hero year, man, that's something to treasure forever. And if we had more time, we'd probably run through every one of those games too. But it's exciting, man. We had a great time out at your golf alumni thing last year, and everything you're doing for the school is fantastic. And, you know, I'm so happy for Aztec baseball people right now.
We're very lucky to have Stephen. We've taken enough of your time, Stephen, man. Appreciate you coming on. And look forward to seeing you a lot more in the next few weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate it, Anthony, and all the best. Go Aztecs.
Thanks, Stephen.
Stephen Strasburg, special assistant to head coach Kevin Vance over at San Diego State.
That's a big deal for this program.
It's a huge deal, and I want to say this: when San Diego State baseball takes off, it will owe a huge part of it to Stephen Strasburg. He's just now like comfortable getting out and being in the front in terms of
he's been doing this behind the scenes.
He's been doing this for the last couple of years
now, right.
And he hasn't just done it with his mouth. He certainly has opened his pocketbook. We all are extremely grateful on the baseball side of San Diego State that he's back home and really putting his best foot forward on this situation. All right. Again, all guests on 97.3 The Fan. Join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorney, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Let's get to break. On the other side,
Strasburg into the windup.
Daily Gambit coming up. You should have that queued up next time when we come back.
Fine.
Strasburg ready to go.
Well, I have it right here, but it doesn't finish, and so
Strasburg ready to go.
Yeah, it's just a play of Chris setting it up forever.
More Gwynn Chris on the other side.
having an interview with Stephen Strasburg like we did there, and then go back and be able to look it up right there on Baseball Reference for the history books.
What's that?
Tony Gwynn Jr. against Stephen Strasburg. 2 for 3.
Yeah.
Victory for you on that one.
It was a Dodger.
You were with the Dodgers against him.
Yeah.
That's but yeah, I love being able to, I don't know. Baseball Reference, I can get lost in there for a while.
At that point, it was just about bragging rights. Like, I'm going to see Strauss. I know I'm going to see him beyond just his field.
Right.
I want to at least
have something to hang your hat
in my back pocket.
Have something.
But Stephen's also not the type of person that I would use that on, because he's just.
Nah, he's one of the nicer
guys. He has a lot of humility.
Yes, that's a perfect word to describe him. And it's the last word I would use to describe Skraby. But the reason
what did I do?
He came off the top rope from over here.
I'm making a transition.
What a transition.
Well, because if you listen, we had our Gwynn and Chris Overtime is what we're calling it now. Our new segment that is extra content. We put one out yesterday after the show. So if you heard that, you'll know what we're referring to. If you didn't, I invite you to listen to it because you'll enjoy it. It was a fun segment. But part of it yesterday was that Skraby went to Burger Lounge and got a hamburger and fries and put it in the back of his car and drove home, picked up the bag, and all the fries went through the bottom of the bag because obviously oil had leaked there on his way home. I just got a sandwich over here, and I showed Skraby that there was some juices leaking through the paper on this one. But fortunately, I was aware enough to make sure my sandwich did not fall through the paper.
No, he just stumbled across it because Tony was sitting here, and he was like, "Hey, look at this."
Well, that's the funny thing, though, is that sandwich has been in that bag for
I gave it a lot of
hours. Guess what? That sandwich is wrapped much different than the fries were wrapped in my bag, because the fries weren't wrapped in my bag. Yeah. So I'm convinced of this.
The fry condensation.
The condensation, because it took me 15 minutes to get home. The condensation in the bag wet the bottom of the bag. When I picked it up, everything fell out.
You will hear this story. Go to YouTube, and you can see the Gwynn and Chris Overtime from yesterday. You'll get some laughs out of it, but it is amazing to me that the people at Burger Lounge had a ready explanation for you about the condensation, and you're now buying it hook, line, and sinker.
They weren't like saying that was the God's honest truth, but I looked.
Well, what other kind of truth were they saying
right,
it was?
I Googled why did my fast food bag break, and I wanted to see what was up there, and the condensation was
AI told you condensation?
It wasn't AI. I went through a Reddit post. Okay. But
there's absolutely no question in my mind that this was.
He went through a Reddit post.
Say it's the condensation from the French fries in the closed bag that causes this to happen.
And maybe so, but everybody out there worth their salt would have noticed it before they put the bag down.
Can somebody else chime in on this? Like, we've all got fast food. We've all kept the bag closed.
We've all had a little moisture at the bottom, but we're careful when we pick the bag up.
Never have I ever picked up a bag after only going from point A to point B. I assume this is a Burger Lounge near the crib, right?
It was on the way home, so it was like 15 to 17 minutes away from home.
Oh, now it's getting 17. By the time he tells the story next week, it'll be an hour and a half trip through traffic.
I'll give you
15 to 17 minutes.
And I also set my pickup time, and I was about 5 minutes late from the pickup time, so it was in the window. So the condensation had time to break down the bag.
Before you put it down. That's what we said.
What'd you say? User? It was an error yesterday. You said user something.
Well, just a user not paying attention. Basically, what it was.
Okay. Tyler says I had my Chipotle do that once. Had to park a block away from our place, and halfway there, the bottom just tore out. Pinto beans everywhere.
Sorry about that, Tyler.
Sounds like Tyler's one of the extra loaded up burrito.
Yeah, that had a lot of stuff on it. It was oozing out the sides. All right, check out our Gwynn and Chris Overtime. It's on YouTube. Search Gwynn and Chris. You'll find it. You can watch it, and also make sure you sign up to be part of our Gwynn and Chris Overtime so you don't miss the next one.
I can't wait until one of you guys picks up a bag one day.
It's never happened.
Karma, food
karma, huh?
You know why it's never happened?
It's funny, none of the stuff that happens to you happens to us.
I got a great explanation why it won't happen. Do you know why it won't happen to us, Skraby?
Why?
Is because most likely our wives had said something to us that is making us extra aware of that bag and that the food coming in the right way.
All right, okay, that might be true.
100%.
I'm gonna do this in the camera. So this is what Tony and Chris want me to do. And I have my lunch bag.
Okay.
They want me to, go on the back of the car, be like, oh my gosh, there's moisture on the bottom. I need to make sure that
first of all, the way you pick the bag up puts you in difficulty.
He's already in trouble.
How would you like me to check for the moisture on the bottom if you don't pick up the bag?
Slide the hand underneath.
You now want me to slide my hand underneath.
I'm just saying, if you're worried.
This is the most ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous.
You clearly didn't pay attention to the bag at all when you picked it up. You
And
didn't notice the condensation that had built up at the bottom of the bag.
No, it's never occurred to me in my life that my bag would break, and my fries went all over the sidewalk, and it was a heartbreaking moment.
Burger Lounge did everything right. You did nothing right.
I'm not. It's not. Burger Lounge got caught up in this thing for no reason. It's not their fault.
We know. We are telling you it's your fault.
If I would have gone to any burger place,
it would have been your fault.
It could have been the same thing.
It would have been your fault.
Someone said beef ribs.
Oh, those are going to have some juices flowing through the bag.
Oh yeah, Sam dropped a salad one time. I do remember that. Everybody's reminiscing about
Sammy Levitt.
Yep, drunk food.
Okay. Food is not to be wasted.
Tyler has a conspiracy. Corporations are getting cheaper and ordering weaker paper bags. That is 100% true.
Everybody has some truth to it.
I will go along with that one for sure. All right, we got a little daily gambit, some wins and losses last night. Let's see what happens.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. I have some injury news on the World Series real quick, or I guess just World Series related news. Jesse Rogers tweeting, not sure if he was being forthright, but Blue Jays manager John Schneider said he has not decided if he'll walk Ohtani intentionally in the first inning. So that's the first piece of news.
He's definitely not being forthright. And why would he tell Mr. Rogers that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
George Springer is, quote unquote, hour to hour.
He's not in the lineup. He's not in the starting lineup. They just released it.
He's going to be on the bench. But it doesn't sound like he needs to be.
I don't think he's.
They're going to play Bichette at DH, and Kiner Falefa will get the start at second base.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing. This is
I wouldn't think so.
He runs
Unless
the risk
bring
of
him
actually.
up in they might bring him up in like a Kirk Gibson desperation moment, late in the game.
I don't think that's possible. Kirk Gibson was a knee. If one swing at the way that George Springer swings, he could tear that whole thing up.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, don't want that.
Ooh.
I mean, I guess if you're going to tear it, though.
Might as well be the World Series.
Might as well be the place.
Dodgers were -1.5 on the run line last night. Tony and I went Jays. Dodgers win 6-5, but Tony and I win the bet.
Dodger fan Chris took the Dodgers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Over under 8 runs in last night's game. Total score. You guys went under. I went over. It went 11. Total bases. Even though Vlad had, I think, 27 at bats last night, he only had 2 total bases, and Ohtani had 12 total bases.
Unbelievable.
So Tony and I chose Vlad. Chris chose Ohtani. Kansas City -10.5 over the Commanders last night. Tony and I chose Chiefs. You chose Commanders, Chris. The Chiefs won 28-7.
Wow, because of the cheating refs. We already discussed that earlier.
Bulls -2.5 over the Hawks. All 3 of us chose Bulls. The Bulls won 128.
Break them up, Tony. 3-0.
Bulls looking like something right now.
Playing okay at the beginning for sure.
Austin Reeves, the White Mamba, over under 28.5 points in the game. I said under. Tony said over. Chris, I did not get yours.
I did go over.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. Well, you had 41. Yeah. And then finally,
Billy Mamba at it again.
Oh, it's the hillbilly Mamba. It's not the white Mamba. Seattle Sounders against the Minnesota United. Who won the game? You guys said Sounders. I said Minnesota. Minnesota won.
Oh, well, in a penalty kick.
Yeah, PKs.
Nobody scored in the
it was 0-0,
game.
3-2 PKs.
Yeah. So Minnesota takes the 1-0 lead there. All right, I don't know that we have time to get to today's picks, so we'll hold off on that for just a second. I do want to talk. Tony and I talked about this before the show that we wanted to talk about it, and then we've gotten on to every other subject as we often do. But I do think there's some really interesting news to talk about with this college football. I'm not a fan of Sankey, the SEC commissioner.
I want to talk to Sankey.
He's too powerful. He just lords over everybody. But I hope they listen to him right now because he's trying to get the NCAA to turn back the rule that will allow college athletes to gamble on sports. Again, we'll discuss what the NCAA's reasoning for this was in the first place. Doesn't hold up.
Nope.
So hopefully they'll listen to Mr. Sankey because they only got a few days left. It's supposed to go into effect November 1st on that one.
It's getting crucial.
Well, I mean, the gambling thing is rearing its ugly head, unfortunately.
Yes,
all right, we'll finish up the gambit. We'll talk about the gambling, might as well, in the gambit segment. And then the Fantabulous Sports Game Show's at the bottom of the hour. Right now, we take a break. Sometime in the break, you'll get a check on traffic.
Life Surge is coming to...
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Machado has joined the show. Manny, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
I guess we got to start with the most important part. I mean, you reached a pretty big milestone, hit 2,000. You had 2004 now. You hit 350 early in the year. I mean, at what point in the offseason, at what point at all does this start to become something that you're actually thinking about? Because, I mean, that's a lot of hits, man. You ain't thinking about that from the beginning.
I knew the 3,000 was coming. I mean, I knew both of them going into the season where I was at, how many I was missing to get to those milestones. But thinking about it, I mean, right to like when you got 2 hits left, I'm not gonna lie, I've been searching for those 2 hits for a while, and man, I said it earlier this week. I mean, it's really hard to get a hit in the big leagues.
Yeah,
and that made me realize that just looking for those 2 hits, you're I mean. The ones before have come. I mean, I hit 3 yesterday. That was, it kind of just came. But when you're searching for it, when you want to hit those 2 hits, man, it's really hard. But finally you get it, and it's kind of like, all right, let's go. Now it's kind of let's get it past it and enjoy it.
Did it weigh on you as you got closer? I mean, you started about 100 away when you came into 100. The season. Did it weigh on you as you started to get closer?
No, not really. Not really. I think when it got really close, I think when it was when it kind of started thinking about it, the last couple, and then it didn't help that I kind of got into a little fun going into, Cincinnati and Philadelphia. I'm like, man, those are the 2 places that you want to get hot. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to these 2 places, get a few homers, get a few knocks, hopefully, get it done on the road. And then, you go to Cincy, we get almost no hit by Nick. And then that whole road trip kind of just went to spot and I couldn't really get it. But you know what? I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It kind of felt good to do it in front of the home crowd and get the standing ovation and do it in front of the people that support you every single day. So I think that it kind of worked out even better.
Talking to Manny Machado here on 97.3 The Fan for Friar Friday. And one of the things I love about you is that you love the game and the history of the game and the history behind the stats and all that stuff. And do you ever get to stop and think about 40 years from now, 30, 40 years from now? I know I'm going to be telling my unborn grandchildren that I'm sitting here interviewing you right now because I think you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. But do you ever give yourself the ability to stop and think about how you're going to be remembered?
Not really, honestly. Not really. I love living in the moment. I people ask me, how's it feel to hit 2,000 hits? Were you even thinking about that? And honestly, I kind of don't even want to reflect on it yet. I think I kind of want to wait for that and kind of look back and really realize, how cool all of this is. I kind of that's how I live life. I like living in the moment. I just enjoy every single day I come. Today's a brand new day, put yesterday in the past. And enjoy what's today going to bring us, right? And I kind of just try to live by that way. But hopefully, one day I definitely want to look back. I know they're pretty cool numbers. They're pretty cool things I've been doing so far. But I kind of just want to keep living in the moment for a little bit more.
How long can you see yourself playing in your 40s?
I mean, I got no choice. I got no choice.
Deeper into your 40s, can you see yourself?
I mean, how this game is going, probably not. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to. I mean, look, there's two sides of things, right? There's obviously I'm gonna be a little bit older. The game's gonna be younger. The game's probably gonna be faster. I mean, when I came up 10 years ago, I mean, it was average. You had two guys in the bullpen throwing 96.
Right.
I mean, you have two guys throwing 96 now, and everybody else is throwing harder than that.
Right.
That's the lowest now at this point. So, is the game gonna be at that level when I'm in the 40s? Who knows? But on the flip side of that, I mean, there's going to be technology. There's going to be stuff that you can do a lot better to take care of your body a lot better. You're going to be able to recover faster. And I think, me knowing myself, I'm probably going to be ahead of that curve on trying to take care of my body as best as I can.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friday 97.3 The Fan. And I want to know, because you hit number 2000 was a hard hit single. Number 2001, a homer. Would you have switched those in your mind, or are you happy with how it played out?
No, I think I'm good how it played out. I think it's better kind of just to have that moment for yourself and kind of just say, man, I would have preferred a double, honestly.
Okay.
I would have preferred a double than a single. But even before that, I was even telling Bogey, I walked out, I'm like, man, I think I'm going to bunt. I think I'm going to bunt one, just to kind of get a little closer to that 2000.
That would have been memorable if you would have bunted on your 2000 hit. Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Machado has joined the show. Manny, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
I guess we got to start with the most important part. I mean, you reached a pretty big milestone, hit 2000, you had 2004 now, you hit 350 early in the year. I mean, at what point in the offseason, at what point at all does this start to become something that you're actually thinking about? Because, I mean, that's a lot of hits, man. You ain't thinking about that from the beginning.
I knew the 3,000 was coming. I mean, I knew both of them going into the season where I was at, how many I was missing to get to those milestones. But thinking about it, I mean, right to like when you got 2 hits left, I'm not gonna lie, I've been searching for those 2 hits for a while, and man, I said it earlier this week. I mean, it's
horror movie either. Which one is this?
This is Terrifier. It's my new one.
Terrifier.
You remember the clown guy, the shirt I wear? He's wearing sunglasses. Art the Clown.
No.
I wear it all the time.
What's the name of the
I only
clown?
know the black shirts you wear.
What's the name of the clown in it? Oh, Pennywise.
Yeah, Pennywise.
Yeah, that's a freaky guy.
Terrifier. Great.
I bet.
Movie.
Yeah, of course. Why would it be anything else in your estimation?
Great.
If you have been with us, Skraby has never disliked the movie in any way, shape, or form.
Can you name one movie that you just could not stand?
That you would not recommend to somebody? You'd say, "No, don't. That's not going to
give
work
me a
for
second.
You.
I will be able to
see.
I got one for sure.
What?
That stupid Emma Stone one a couple years ago.
It was kind of weird.
Things.
Poor Things. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a pretty terrible movie.
You saw that one?
I didn't even make it through. Like
I had trouble making it through. I wanted to leave.
I might have to watch it now.
Don't.
No.
Well, you can. I mean, you'll be a half hour through. You'll be. Yeah, Chris was right.
Well, you know.
Yeah,
Emma's a friend of the organization.
But you're not going to like how she's portrayed in this movie at all.
Well, it's art, man. It's art.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's playing a character.
I get you, but you're not going to make it through it.
Real quick, this hour is brought to you by Toyota of Poway, voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today, with APRs as low as 0% and tons of new Toyotas on the ground. No tricks, only treats during the Trucktober sale event happening now only at Toyota of Poway or online at toyotaofpoway.com in the heart of San Diego.
K-Law says you guys have to open your third eye for Poor Things.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
We don't have third eyes, I guess.
I've opened it in other movies. I didn't want to watch this movie. It was cringe.
I'm afraid to ask. You said you opened it in other movies?
No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
You know what movie? I'm going to move this right along. You know what movie is really terrible, actually, is that Johnny Knoxville movie called The Ringer.
Okay.
Where I didn't see that one.
He like,
speaking of Johnny Knoxville,
competes in the Special Olympics so that he can win money in the betting world.
I want to say Johnny Knoxville is the new host of the new Fear Factor.
Yes, and that is perfect.
I saw some things that made my skin crawl in some of the previews for it. Yeah, not a fan.
I used to love that show.
Was used to be Joe Rogan was the host at one point.
Yeah, look what happened to him.
Blew up.
Yeah, he's more rich and famous than ever.
I know. It's a good stepping stone for him.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to go to in particular?
Well, we're going to do the gambit.
Oh, that's right. We got
real quick. You get your picks. Let's start with Dodgers -1.5 again. Last night, Toronto lost by 1, so they were the winning side. I'll go first. I'm going to take Toronto. I think they gained a lot of confidence with that game last night, and I think they are going to get a game here. Tony.
Blue Jays.
Toronto. It's great.
I'll go Jays.
Yeah, we're all betting against only Shohei Ohtani. Smart.
Hey, he has to have something that doesn't go his way, right? At this point.
All right. How about Shohei 6.5 strikeouts over under, Tony? Sounds like a winner, but you never know. Blake didn't make it the other day.
Yeah, I'm gonna say under.
Under. Crazy.
Going full on Blue Jay today.
All right, Scrape.
His legs are going to be tired from the 18 inning game, so I'm going to say under.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take my free money here over. All right, Shohei versus Vlad. Now, this one, there's some strategy. We're going runs, hits, and RBIs. The question is Shohei going to even get a hit or an RBI or get a chance to get any of those? So, let's see. Scraby's first. Runs plus hits plus RBIs.
If the Blue Jays win, Vlad has to be big. I'll say him.
Vlad this time. I'm going to go Vlad just because I don't think Shohei's going to swing the bat. Tony?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Shohei versus Vlad. Runs plus hits plus RBIs.
I think it's kind of silly for me to keep picking against Ohtani, but he may not hit today.
Right. That's why I'm taking Vlad.
Yeah, go ahead and give me Vlad.
Vlad there.
By the way, they had some excellent fruit cut for them late in that ball game. I don't know
really?
I don't know.
They showed it. It was like a
pretty finally. I don't know. They must have got this fresh from the produce.
I think they went out in the 7th inning and bought it and brought it in.
It looked like it.
Yeah, it was fresh off
It was nicely cut and everything. It had a nice little platter. They brought it out to guys.
They have like walks and.
I mean, it wasn't like they had some. I mean, I think Joe Davis made reference to it. He's like, there's some fruit on here that I don't even know exactly what kind of fruit it is, basically.
They went to pavilions in the. Have you guys ever heard people call it pavilions?
No, I haven't.
Because you have to have millions of dollars to shop there.
Yes.
I haven't heard that.
I hadn't heard that either.
Not because why would somebody tell me that? I don't have the money. All right, go to the NBA. There are 4 undefeated teams left. One of them is the defending champs, OKC. They're 4-0. Favored by 9.5 at home over the Kings. Kings have been poor, getting whipped pretty regularly here. I'll take OKC. Tony, 9.5 for the Kings. Maybe it wasn't the Bulls that were bad. Maybe it was just Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan that didn't work there. I don't know. They haven't done much in Sacramento.
Give me the Kings.
All right. Take Sacktown. Scrabe, you're a Bay Area guy.
No, not a Kings guy, though.
Okay. OKC?
Yep.
One of the other the Spurs are also 4-0. The 2 3-0 teams are the Bulls, shockingly, and just as shockingly, maybe the Sixers, who are favored by 4.5 at Washington tonight, Tony. Sixers -4.5 at Washington.
They got that easy.
Easy for the Philly to go to 4-0.
Wait, Sixers, right? We're talking
you're taking Sixers. Scraby?
Sixers.
I'll take Washington there just because maybe Philly's due for an off night. Giannis -4 Points, rebounds, assists. -4 against SGA. Giannis has been off to a ridiculous start. I think he's gone 35-20 in both of his games, or really close to it. SGA, of course, is scoring about 40 a game. And it is Skraby first this time. Giannis -4.
I'll go Giannis. He is doing.
I'm going to take Giannis.
Greek freak.
I'll take SGA for the hell of it. Kings don't guard anybody. And we can't miss Conference USA-tion.
Oh, yes.
Tonight, little football. Red hot, Kennesaw State. They've won 5 in a row. They're a 11.5-point favorite tonight over the 2-5 UTEP Miners.
Ooh.
I've been getting every one of these wrong lately.
These are hard games because
you
have
don't know
no
anything.
idea what the teams are like.
I'll take the Owls again, Kennesaw State, but I got to give a lot of points. Tony.
UTEP.
The Bear, Don Haskins, would have been happy with you. Skraby. UTEP. All right. You got him.
Someone texted me with another terrible movie that I forgot I hated.
What was it?
Battlefield Earth.
Oh,
one of the worst movies of all time.
Okay.
It's like a John Travolta thing. It's so bad.
Can't say I saw that one.
You don't need to.
Yeah, I didn't see that one either.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
There are a lot of movies that are really not great.
There's a
you just apparently haven't
them,
seen
though.
any of them.
Yeah. Oh, I typed in worst movies ever made. That movie Geely with Ben Affleck.
That is always on that list.
Oh yeah, that one was.
There's another one
bad.
on that list almost every time. Ishtar. Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman.
I remember
way back
Ishtar. Catwoman, Halle Berry's Catwoman.
Yeah, it gets on there too. But
Wait, people are sending these in right now.
No, they're
he's looking up a list.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are
the the one that Ice Cube just did, War of the Worlds, where he's like he's only on Zoom in the movie. I
haven't seen that one.
I watched about 5 minutes of this movie and it was bad.
Well, if you get the kiss of death from Skraby, you might as well just forget it.
You might be the worst movie of all time if I say it's a bad movie, because
you love them all.
I love bad movies.
And you do. You love bad. But the thing is you don't tell us they're bad.
No, you say they're good.
You say it's a great movie.
No, that's a good one.
Right. You should tell us that it's bad, but you just kind of liked it.
Well, like Problem Child is the 17th worst Rotten Tomatoes movie.
Not true.
Thank you.
Not true.
That is not. Problem Child is a great movie.
Wow, there it is. Academy Award winner, Problem Child.
I wouldn't go as far as great, but it wasn't a bad movie.
Yes,
I enjoyed that thoroughly.
I'm looking. I don't see anything else that I recognize.
Did anybody do a full dive into the celebrities that were at the game last night, and how many of them stayed 18 innings, if any?
0?
I don't know.
I did not.
Justin Herbert was there with his new gal.
He's everywhere.
Madison Beer is her name. I think she's a singer.
Yes.
Model, singer.
Yes.
I think that's the law if you want to go out with an NFL quarterback. Pretty much model, singer.
Like Josh Allen's Haley Steinfeld.
Justin Herbert's new girl, Madison Beer. Pat Sajak was there.
He was there.
Jason Bateman got on there.
What movie did Josh Allen's?
The new one,
Sinners.
Sinners, yeah.
Oh,
she was legit in that. She was good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to see it then.
There's a great movie for you.
It was a good flick.
It has actually gotten very good reviews. I've seen good things about that one.
Good, actual, real good.
So
movie
you probably won't
it's
like
a
it.
horror movie.
It's right up your alley. It's a vampire.
Right up your alley.
Oh, did I give that away?
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, that's. I think that's a secret, isn't
Now
it?
I can't watch the movie.
Tony.
Sorry.
Just kidding.
All right, we'll take a little Fantabulous game show action when Gwynn and Chris comes back.
Ben and Woods.
Let me ask you, because you obviously knew, you talked about earlier, coming in 100 short. Did that help you like lock in early in the season? Typically, you're a little bit of a slower start, but from the get-go, you've been the same guy all season long.
Yeah. Maybe. I think I kind of started when the season started. I didn't even have that number in it, and then I kind of got hot. Started hitting 2-3 hits, 4 hits here and there. Got really hot at one point, and the number started creeping up, and I was like, man, you look up and you're May, and you're like, man, you're only like 20, 30 away. Like this is a possibility you can get even before your birthday. So that kind of got pretty cool. And I was trying to reach it before my birthday. Obviously, it didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, that number was. I think as the season got on, I think it got a little bit more realistic.
Yeah. As you know, we've been rolling along in this season, and you've reached these milestones, and we turn to the rest of the season as you guys turn to the second half. What are some of the things you think the ball club has got to improve on in order to get where you guys are trying to go?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I think you can't just be like we're good at one thing, we're not in the other. No, I think we got to improve. There's room for improvement in all aspects of our game. Our best bullpen is our best bullpen right now. It's our best bullet. I think there's room for improvement there as well. Obviously, our offense hasn't really been performing as the last 2 months as we started off, but we've had a pretty good record here in the second half as of late. So, and we know we've been underperforming a little bit as a group, as a team. But I know we got a lot left in the tank. There's always, I always talk about the roller coaster, and there's a roller coaster, and
it always is.
We got that bad part out of the way early, which is a good thing. And hopefully the second half, we're better. But yeah, there's a lot of improvement for a lot of things as a ball club. If we want to ultimately, reach our goal, which is winning a championship, we got to be great at all aspects of our game.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friar Friday, 97.3 The Fan, and you're facing some good pitching with the Phillies this weekend. Now, I always ask Tony these questions, so now I get to ask another professional baseball player. But how do you prepare going into a series knowing that you're going to be facing three guys that are really good?
Yeah, 3 Cy Young guys.
Yeah.
Really good ball club over there. But Schulte talks about this all the time. It's we want to win a championship. We just talked about these are the guys you're gonna be facing.
Yeah.
These are the guys you got to beat. So, how we prepare for them. I think it's a good thing about it. We faced them, maybe a week ago or so. So we kind of, it's kind of fresh in our memory. Their bullpen, their guys, how they kind of attacked us. But just video, man. You kind of had some history with some of these guys. I gotta go do some more research on Wheeler for tomorrow because I can't figure him out.
Everybody got research on him. It ain't just you, dog. That's a great point. And you brought up earlier about how velocity's changed and pitchers have gotten better. Yet you've had the same swing from the very moment you got to the league. Why has it that your particular swing has played through the changes and everything that's happened? You've been able to kind of stay the same. Why is that?
I mean, I think I kind of see. I have 3 swings. I mean, I learned this from a young age, and it was always having multiple different swings, right? Different occasions. Lefties that stand on the opposite side, sinker ballers.
Yeah.
Obviously now it's a lot of induce and sweepers. So I kind of learned that in 2020 when I kind of, I had a lot of wag on my swing on my bat. So I was kind of inconsistent with bat to barrel. And then, when I got here, they kind of told me like, hey, like let's kind of change that. Let's kind of like slow it down. You can stay with your timing. That's more of a timing thing for me, but let's improve it, and I think that improved my, contact, being more consistent with barrels, it helped me lay off a lot more pitches. My walks went up a little bit more. But just kind of having different swings, I mean, I think, people who kind of just stuck like, all right, this is what I work. I mean, it's 600 at bats,
right?
I mean, right. It's offers, it's different guys, different angles. Now it's sweep, this, that. There's so many different things. So I think you can't just have one.
Swing, yeah.
I kind of vary with my stance. I vary with my hands, move them up and down. Just kind of what your body's feeling. You might have slept on the bed the wrong way. We were on a plane for 6 hours, or for that one day we're in a plane for 12 hours. So like your body's not gonna feel the same the next day. So how are you gonna make that adjustment? So I think I've been lucky that I have different, and I know how to adapt to those 3 or 4 different styles of my swing. That it's helped me be a little bit more consistent.
No doubt. Well, Manny, you've been fabulous to watch, man, all season long. We certainly are behind you guys as you guys get ready for second half. Good luck the rest of the way. Good luck in this next 3-game set. It's going to be a tough one for everybody.
Yes, Thank you.
See you as always, brother.
Yep.
Thanks very much.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, because you obviously knew, you talked about earlier, coming in 100 short. Did that help you like lock in early in the season? Typically, you're a little bit of a slower start, but from the get go, you've been the same guy all season long.
Yeah. Maybe. I think I kind of started when the season started. I didn't even have that number in it, and then I kind of got hot.
3:35 the time. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Matt Skraby, Stephen Strasburg was on with us a little earlier. Brand new special assistant baseball coach at San Diego State. Fun talking with him. World Series continues tonight. The bleary-eyed Blue Jays and Dodgers game 4.
The what-eyed?
Bleary-eyed after last night's
tired eyes.
Bleary-eyed, tired eyes. 7-hour game.
Yeah.
If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's authentic Mediterranean cuisine. Coronado, La Jolla, dining, takeout, spiroscuisine.com. Last week, Skraby won the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Let's see if he can make it back-to-back. After
From
traffic.
855, get Ross traffic. San Diego after accidents or injury. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Robert Half. So far, folks are doing a pretty good job of staying out of trouble on our roads. Just watch out for some debris reported in middle lanes, westbound 54, right before the 805. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why the recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, all you beautiful people out there, it's time to play one of our favorite games of the week.
All right.
We like to call it
Ooh, I'm going to go
Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show. It starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
You got an extra pen over there, sir?
Sure.
Tony's turned into me, and I actually have a pen now.
Hang on. I'm going to go over here and get another one.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. No problem. My
Pens
pleasure.
are like gold in this place.
Yeah, and in this game, they're important. I don't know that you're going to need them too much today. I'm not going – I mean, keep them. You never know. Because I've been going confusing categories lately. Today I said, know what? Straight up, simple category today, but not easy to get the answers. There are 21 correct answers. First person to 11 will win. 3 strikes. You get a strike, obviously, if you get one wrong, and I think there will be some strikes today.
Oh.
The category, top 7 fantasy point football scorers at the quarterback, running back, and wide receiver position.
Currently.
So you got to go, we're almost halfway through the season. You got to give me a top 7 quarterback or a top 7 running back or a top 7 wide receiver. 21 answers in all. And this is total fantasy points, so not per game. And it's also, the ESPN, pretty much the regular scoring I think that most people use. All right. So
why is it that every time we do this, I completely blank on
who's playing fantasy football?
Yeah.
Well, see
good. I hope you never remember.
Tony, you can go first today because you are the defending runner-up.
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor is so far really out in front right now. He's got 220 points. That's it's actually closer than I thought. He's only 23 ahead of the next best running back, but he's the only player in fantasy points with over 200, and he's got 220. So that is correct. Tony's got 1. It's great. Who do you got?
I'll go Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs. You barely got there, believe it or
Really?
not. He's 7th among running backs.
Even after like his 40-point output last.
He's got 142. Remember, he didn't play this last week.
That could have there's a little bit of a strategy in there.
Well, there could be. I'm just saying. I'm not saying everybody on here has played 8 games, but remember, some guys have only played 7 because of the bye. Anyway, Gibbs is correct. He's 7th among running backs with 142 points. We're tied at 1. Tony.
Pat Mahomes.
Where do you think he is in the quarterbacks? Just off the top of your head. He is on the list, but where would you put him?
4.
Just on your top. 4th, Scrape, you got? What do you think Mahomes is?
Just like 2?
He's number 1.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
I wanted to say 1, but
yeah,
I figured since you were asking, it had to be something
he's number
not
1.
1.
He's 20 ahead of the second place quarterback. Mahomes is usually not a great fantasy quarterback, but he certainly has been this year.
He hasn't been for like the last 3 years.
Right.
But when he came on the scene,
yeah. No, he was putting up major numbers.
Nasty work.
All right, 2-1, Tony. Category today, top 7 fantasy points currently at the quarterback, running back, wide receiver position, Skraby.
Christian
McCaffrey. Already blanking.
No, Christian McCaffrey.
He's second in the running backs. Everybody gave up on him this year. Don't draft CMC. He'll never make it. He's second to Jonathan Taylor, and he's 40 points ahead of the third place guy.
Wow.
So you got Taylor and McCaffrey, and then pretty much everybody else at the running back spot right now. We're tied at 2, no strikes yet.
I'm going to take a risk here.
Tony with an early risk.
How about Daniel Dimes Jones?
Oh, that is a risk. But it's not as much of one as you think. He's fourth among quarterbacks with 163 points. He is having really – we talked about Taylor yesterday as the MVP because I think he's the focal point of the Colts, but they wouldn't be anywhere without Daniel Jones playing to the level he's played at, for sure. All right, 3-2. Tony on top, no strikes. Skraby, you're up.
What about Drake May?
Drake May is ahead of Daniel Jones. He's got 174 points. He's third best quarterback. I think you could have won, a few bingo cards on that one. That's a terrible thing. I don't know what that means. A few bingo cards on that one?
You can win some free bingo cards.
That was, but I guess what I meant.
He checked himself on that.
Well, it was so bad. Yeah, I guess what I tried to want to say was that he's just surprising to see both Drake May and Daniel Jones.
Oh,
there.
That's what you were trying to say.
That's what I was trying to say, but I didn't. 3-3. Drake May was third on the quarterbacks, by the way. You've named 3 quarterbacks and 3 running backs. You guys haven't touched the wide receiver category yet. Top 7 at each of those positions in fantasy points. Tony. No strikes.
Wide receiver has been a little interesting.
Josh Jacobs.
He scores a lot of touchdowns.
He's 8th. Didn't quite make it. Just below. First strike. Jacobs is 8th. He's just below Jamar Gibbs. He does have 9 touchdowns, but
not enough, huh?
Not enough on the yardage.
Wow, that is crazy.
So Josh Jacobs is the first strike of the game, going to Tony Skraby in a 3-3 tie.
I'm going to go with Achane.
Devon Achane. Yeah, I remember I told my wife to draft him in the spot she was in. She's like, he's that guy. He's third.
It's probably because she heard how bad you talk about the Dolphins all the time.
Seriously.
He is the only good player they have, and he's been good. He's third in points with 157. That is correct. Skraby takes the lead 4-3. Tony, try to get back even here.
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson isn't even in the top 10.
I know. He was complaining over the weekend.
He's not close. Tony's got 2 strikes, and Skraby's closing in here. Remember the category today. Top 7 quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, total fantasy points through week 8. And you guys have named 3 quarterbacks so far, 4 running backs. You guys have not yet named a wide receiver. So there's 7 of them there for your choosing. But Tony's up against it now with 2 strikes. Skraby, you're up. Oh, you
twice?
Well, that's it. You've struck out 3. I've been.
You already hit it.
I didn't.
You gave a double buzz there.
Jerk. Let me go with the guy that I hate the most right now.
And that would
be already been named. I kid Patrick Mahomes already. You don't need
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Well, brother. I think you really hate him just because he's on my team. I feel.
No, he's on the Seahawks. That's why.
Well, he's on the list. He's second among wide receivers with 156. He's having a very nice year. Skraby 5, Tony 3. Tony on the doorstep has to get this right to stay in the game.
I'm just going with it. George Pickens.
Oh, okay.
Man.
That's good.
You think he's good?
Yeah.
He's third, 148.
Don't play like that.
Stepped in nicely when Lamb was out. Pickens got a lot of points there. All right, 5-4. Tony's still in the game. 2 strikes for Tony. Top 7, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, fantasy points. Skraby hasn't missed one yet.
Come on, Skraby. It's time, buddy.
It's time to Skraby.
It's time to do your thing, buddy.
Time to Skraby.
Let me think. Let me think for a second.
You're doing pretty good so far, Skrabe. You've been good.
What about Matthew Stafford?
Matthew Stafford, 10th
Really?
On quarterbacks.
Oh, man. I thought
there's one.
Number 10.
No.
All right, first strike for Skraby. You want to double buzz to even out the buzzing?
Since you like buzzing.
All right. Tony's still on the doorstep, but a little closer. Trailing 5-4 in scoring, but the doorstep is of more concern right now. Has to get this answer correct to stay in the game. Tony.
How about Baker?
I thought about him. Just was not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Game is over.
Wow!
Skraby has won again. What? Baker's ninth. Surprisingly. Tony's in shame. I don't blame him. You were honestly. They showed a video of Donald Trump dancing when he got to Asia, and that wasn't much better right there, Scrape. I must tell you. Scraby wins 5-4. You left a lot of points on the table, but it's a weird year. You guys did leave some, pretty popular guesses, but I understand you don't think of them all.
What about?
Let's go to quarterbacks first. You
Herbert.
You got first, third, and fourth. Justin Herbert is sixth. He would have been good. Start with.
Wait, it was. Oh, what was it? Top 5?
Seven.
It was top 7. Jalen Hurts was number 2. Bo Nix, number 5. Justin Herbert, number 6. Josh Allen, barely there at number 7.
Wow, Forgot he played football for
Yeah, evidently.
We were literally just talking about his wife, too.
And then the surprising one to me, you guys mentioned Mayfield and Stafford, but Dak Prescott's only 8th. I thought he would have been on
he
it.
plays for the Cowboys, so that's
all right. Running backs, you guys named the top 3, Taylor, McCaffrey, and Achane. Number 4 is Bijan Robinson.
I forgot about him, too.
Number 5 is a guy that scored a lot of touchdowns, Javonte Williams for Dallas. Number 6, I think you would have gotten eventually, James Cook of Buffalo, having a good year. And you guys got number 7 in Gibbs. Josh Jacobs just missed, as did Saquon Barkley. Is surprising to me.
Saquon, did he change his name to the casino?
What is it? Saquon. Sorry. All right, I'm going to ask you a trivia since we have a minute. Who's the number 1 wide receiver, would you think? You guys named number 2 and 3, Smith and Jigba and Pickens. Who do you think's leading all receivers in fantasy scoring right now?
Is it my guy for the Bears?
No, he's not even in the top 10.
Bears.
Who's the Bears?
Wide receiver? Nduze?
Nduze, no, not top 10.
Is it?
Is it McConkey from the Chargers?
Yeah, McConkey. That's
McConkey. McConkey's behind Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's number 8.
Really?
This is a name that you should
Egbuka?
get. Egbuka's 7th. He's on there. He's on the list. This is the most obvious answer, and this is why you're not thinking of it, because it doesn't seem like he's having that good of a year. But he's number 1 in fantasy points for wide receivers. He's 4th.
You better not say AJ Brown.
As much complaining as
no,
not AJ.
Devontae Smith?
No, he's 10th.
Okay, give it to us. I can't take it no more.
He's the number 1 receiver in the whole thing.
Jamar
Chase.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he's having that good of a year.
No, that's why I didn't pick him, because
it's just that his team sucks right now.
But he's put up some eggs in the beginning of the year, but
yeah, he's number 1.
I think he threw up 1 egg. He's been scoring ever since.
Yeah, the other ones you missed, St. Brown, as you just said, 4th. Puka still in there. Puka Nacua 5th. Surprising to me, Michael Pittman, Colts 6th, and then Egbuka, the rookie, 7th.
I got to say, a lot of those guys are on Chris's team, which tells you how he's doing.
That's why this guy's putting up 150 every week.
Leading tight end, anyone?
Tucker Kraft.
2nd.
And all I thought
in fantasy scoring, Tucker Kraft is 2nd.
It's not Bowers because he's.
I don't think you'll get this one either. I'm shocked.
Is it Goddard?
Could be.
No, Goddard's had a good year, but no. I didn't.
Oh, Ferguson?
First, Dallas. Ferguson.
Even though he had a 0 on Sunday.
Did he?
Yes.
Well, he still got the lead there.
Brian Schottenheimer said things are going to change after that Sunday game.
Okay. Are they going to stop it? Well, why don't you
while
you're at it, give Matt Eberflus a raise, because he's doing such a great job.
I think Eberflus is going to be removed from his job.
I don't understand.
I saw a great clip.
They deserve what they're getting there.
From Akil Talib.
Yes.
He's got that Gridiron show, and his host today, aside from Skip, was it? Oh man, it's coach. Hold on, it'll come to me. Nope. Jay used to be the Redskins
quarterback.
No, head coach Jay
Gruden.
Gruden.
Oh, Jay Gruden.
Jay Gruden was on there, and I only brought it up because you brought up coaches and Eberflus. Talib, Akib Talib said something along the lines that Eberflus is trash. And he was like, you can't blame Eberflus for that. He's like, you're just saying that because you're a former coach. You don't want to be taking the blame for
man.
it.
You got to blame it on Eberflus. The guy was the most confused coach in the history of sports last year.
I swear I did not
and
realize
after that, you like go, well, yeah, bring him in. It's your first ever head coaching job.
It's very Jerry Jones. That fits the criteria right there.
Why? To have somebody who's not good?
Look at his head coaches he's hired the last 3 times.
I mean, that just seemed like an easy one. I mean, in any job, I mean, don't you interview somebody and you go, okay, what happened in your last job? How come you're out looking? You always ask.
They hated me. It had nothing to do with me.
What would Matt Eberflus's answer been?
I think you try to go in if you had a pass like Eberflus that you don't bring it up. You're like, I hope they don't ask.
But you're gonna get asked, and what are you gonna say?
Apparently not.
Well, I messed up the Thanksgiving Day game. Worse, it tarnished the Bears' image forever. It was so bad.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was bad.
That was really rough.
All right.
On Thanksgiving for everybody to watch.
And everybody watching it was doing the same thing. Is this like really happening? Is there something we don't know? Like maybe there's something they got on the screen wrong. Nope. It all turned out to be what we thought.
Pretty on point.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the Cowboys situation. Thursday Night Football coming up.
Who we got this week?
You don't want to miss it, Skrabe.
Oh, another Thursday night barn burner.
Ravens.
Oh.
Dolphins.
Oh, Lamar Jackson's coming back.
Of course.
There you can tune into that at least.
Of course. Lamar Jackson's coming. The Dolphins might have had a chance to win if
and he said that every game now is do or die. So he's going to be very well motivated.
Get run over.
Who, Lamar said that?
Yeah.
Just keep putting up fantasy points. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. The guy, I almost said him because the first 4 games of the year, he scored over 30 points.
And then he had to sit down for
enough.
a few.
Not enough to join the leaders at this point. And the fan who you said I have everybody on this list. I have Bijan, I have Cook,
you have
Smith and Jigba and Ibuka, those 4.
Yeah, those are 4. Really good players to have on your team.
Yeah, no kid.
Pretty good. But I'm 5-3, so nothing incredible. You're 5-3. Tony, you're 4-4, I think. 5-3, maybe.
4-4.
4-4.
Chris, you're also done with the survivor pool.
Yes, the Dolphins knocked me out.
Your own team.
Yeah, I picked the Falcons this past week. I want to congratulate my neighbor Ryan. He's the only one of the people I know that is still in it. There are 13 people left. Ryan has already told me he's picking the Rams this week, which is smart. They're hosting the Saints. And the Saints announced today they're starting that rookie quarterback.
Show, right?
Show is making the start.
Shao.
Yeah, making his first start.
I know it'd be nice to actually see some clips of him throwing a football and like looking regular because after he got drafted,
he's a pretty quarterback.
The clips of him rolling around like throwing weird passes.
He also had he's very photogenic.
Yes.
He's very just type in his name and say pictures.
I don't want to.
You'll be able to
I really want to now.
Oh yes, it's a good search, Chris.
It is a good search. I
do searches during the commercial breaks, but I will not be searching that one.
Why not?
I don't.
We're not trying to get you into a trap.
Right? No, it's not.
I don't need to see a handsome quarterback.
Oh,
I'm good.
I'm good. He says.
All right, Gwynn and Chris. We got some Chris versus the fans. Chance to maybe go to Las Vegas, enjoy a Jerry Seinfeld performance. Pretty good prize. If you like a chance at winning it, you got to dial into play.
833-288-0973.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So All the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Toby?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here or something.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place, so I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Toby?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here or something.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place, so I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous
hour. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Skraby. Chris versus the fans on deck. 833-288-0973. You want a chance to take down Mr. Ello, the sports encyclopedia, the human sports encyclopedia.
This is why I am that, Tony. I read stories like this that said the 37 runners left on base last night, most ever in a postseason game of any kind between the Dodgers and Blue Jays. Dodgers, I think, left 19. Blue Jays left 18, or was the other way around. The game was, this is interesting. The game took 6 hours and 39 minutes. That was the second longest game ever in the World Series. The longest was the other 18-inning game in 2018.
Dodgers Astros, right?
Dodgers Red Sox.
Red Sox.
Yeah, Muncy won that game with a home run. But the reason I bring it up, in 2018, that was before the pitch clock. And I think that was before the mound visits and before the running. So that game took 7 hours and 20 minutes. Both were 18 innings, but that one took 40 minutes longer than the one last night. So that gives you a little idea of what baseball has, been able to do.
I think on average they cut it 35 minutes. So this is
they cut that
on
one by
par.
40. Yeah,
that's a playoff game. So you add a little bit of extra time in there, 45 minutes.
But okay.
During the break, Skraby told us a report came across his phone that in a highway in Tulane. Is that what you said?
It's a highway in Mississippi, but the truck was coming from Tulane.
Tulane University?
Yeah, Tulane University.
Flipped over. Yeah. And in this truck, there were a bunch of aggressive monkeys.
Yes, scientific monkeys.
Right. So they're clearly, experimenting on these monkeys.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to meet these experimenting on monkeys.
And I bring this up because Skraby asked a question that I thought was interesting. And I think it's interesting because I'm asking myself, why is he asking this question? And the question was, what would you do if you saw one of these monkeys
running at you?
I'd run toward it.
He didn't mention the running at. He just said, what would you do? I would say, well, I would go the opposite direction. I don't need to run into a wild monkey in domestic life.
No.
This seems like a bad idea. Skraby, would you want to go closer?
Of course not. Wild animals are wild animals for a reason.
But would you know right away this is a wild, aggressive monkey?
I would know that this is odd.
Because most people like monkeys, they probably might be interested.
If I was walking in regular life, and I saw a monkey on top of a roof, no, I'm not dealing with that. Like, why
is there
immediately my antennas are up?
Yeah, I've been walking Lucky for about 3.5 years now. Never once came across a monkey on our walk.
Nobody has. But I think if you ran into a monkey somewhere in a surprising place, your first instinct might be, I like monkeys. Yeah. Most people think monkeys are all right.
Then your next thought is,
it's not like
where's
seeing
my
a
arm
lion
going as he's yanking it off of your body?
Yeah, and then you're in Yellowstone. And you're like, you're a cute buffalo. Come over here. Let me give you a hug.
Those are the same thoughts that they have, huh?
Yes. So Chris is telling us that he would run up to the monkey.
Yes, I'd try to pet the monkey.
Yeah, that wouldn't go well.
And then your arm would.
Well,
be
you
gone.
have to read. You have to show them the back of your hand and let them smell it, and then they're okay. Or is that just with a dog?
I think the monkey's going to be offended that you're thinking it's a dog.
He would snatch your arm off so fast. Here, monkey.
There's at least one. There's one rhesus monkey, which those are the small ones, but there's one on the loose still.
But they caught them all. Hopefully, most
the
of them.
Sheriff's office wrote in the Facebook post, "Do not approach the monkeys if you see one."
Thank you, Sheriff.
Because clearly there's some people out there that
It's a
might
little
approach
late,
it.
but okay.
All right, let's get to some Chris versus the fan.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
I'm a friend of animals. Just call me Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah. I'll call you Dr. Doolittle, too. You will be qualified for a chance to win our grand prize, a trip to see Jerry Seinfeld in Las Vegas, including 2 tickets to the show on April 17th at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace, 2-night stay at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino, and a $100 gas card. Jerry Seinfeld returns to the Coliseum at Caesars Palace on April 17th and 18th. See Ticketmaster.com for details. Also, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that question for free today. We are on the last week of horror movie trivia.
So let's jump into it with a horror question after we get our first contestant.
Yes, I wasn't ready for this, even though we do this every day. Let's go to Carlos.
Carlos, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm a first-time player.
First-time player! He
Welcome,
skips
Carlos.
the horror movie trivia.
Yes, we go right into some sports trivia. Question number 2. Ooh, this is a tough one. What college did Kurt Warner play for?
Oh, God. Totally guessed. Arizona State.
Arizona.
Sun Devils.
Stay there. I'm not sure what Chris knows about this one.
Yeah, I remember him with the Iowa Barnstormers of the league, the whatever that league was.
The Arena League.
Indoor league.
Indoor League, yeah.
But I'm going to say you try to trick me. He didn't play anywhere in college.
He was a collegeless guy.
You did that to me last week.
I
so
did.
I'm trying it. No, not okay.
No.
He did? Where?
Northern
Oh,
Iowa.
wow. Yeah, did not know.
Let me just confirm this before we move on.
Northern Iowa, the Panthers, I believe.
Are they the Panthers?
You got to confirm it.
Yeah, it's Northern Iowa.
Kurt Warner.
They are Panthers.
Kurt Warner's an incredible example of how bad scouting must be.
That's a really
Because
good
nobody
point.
even knew who he was.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
I
he's
remember
like
when
in
he
the
showed
Hall
up
of
in
Fame.
Super Bowl, the first one, it was like, who is this guy?
Unbelievable.
Was
All
it
right.
Troy? Who got hurt to allow him?
Charger guy. He's a broadcaster now.
Yes.
He's very good.
He's got he's got
can picture
everything a
him right
quarterback has, like Trent Green.
Trent Green.
Trent Green, yeah.
Yeah. Charger. It was a Charger game that
I just remember
that.
remember they used to say like a good leader or quarterback have a certain jawline. He had that jawline.
Well, that didn't subscribe.
No.
I mean, that had, you could, if you
he had a bunch of concussions though.
Poor Carlos is sitting by waiting for his last
sorry,
question.
Carlos.
But I will
Carlos is
say
on the
this:
chat too,
the Rams that year had won 4 games the year before, and now lost their quarterback, and some unknown is taking over, and they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's got to be like probably the
NFL.
most surprising Super Bowl win maybe ever.
For sure. All right.
The greatest show on turf.
That's what they were.
Question number 3.
Carlos, you still there? Just making sure.
Yeah, right. He left.
Yeah.
He went home.
Yeah, I'm still here.
There has been only one stolen base in this World Series. Who stole it?
Shohei.
Not a bad answer.
Stay there.
But you know, if you hear that from me, it's not correct. Mr. Ello for the steal.
I saw it last night. I think it was Freddie Freeman.
Ooh.
Surprised them. I was shocked. But I'm surprised that's the only one. So maybe I'm wrong.
Is that what you're going with?
I'm going with Freddie.
He's going with Freddie.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got it.
Sorry,
I got one
Carlos.
last night.
Nice playing.
I don't think they thought he was going to ever even think about going.
based after he got picked off picked second base the other day, probably like he's not doing anything today. Next contestant.
Let's go to Robert.
Sorry, Carlos.
Hello, Robert. Happy
there.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Here we go. First question.
Robert? Okay, Robert. Yeah. I forget the name sometimes.
What weapon does Leatherface use to chase down his victims?
Is this first?
Chainsaw.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Immediately.
Very good.
Question number 2.
Real quick, since Skraby's the expert on these, what did Leatherface do when he caught them? To start chainsawing them up?
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
Well, yes.
He's a disturbed young man.
It's actually, Leatherface is a very sad story because Leatherface was mistreated by his mother.
Feel sorry for him. Okay.
And so Leatherface never had a real chance at life. His mother made him into what he is.
Because so many,
she called him ugly.
Mistreated kids turn into, I guess maybe that is true, huh? Serial killers.
I don't think they do, but Leatherface, very sad story, everyone.
Was he a real?
I don't know that.
Was he a real person? Was this movie?
No, it was based upon Ed Gein, who was a real person.
Yes,
he was.
Ed Gein.
Oh, he knows this stuff.
Well, they just came out with a monster on Netflix about Ed Gein, and they completely ruined the entire story of Ed Gein. I don't know what they did in this show. It's supposed to be about his real life, but it wasn't anything about his life.
All right, let's get to our contestant. He's waiting on his.
People are waiting.
Second question here.
Chainsaw. Good answer. Nicely done there.
Travis Hunter won the Heisman last year. Who won it 2 years ago?
Memories.
I do not follow the Heisman. Pass.
Pass, he says.
I thought Robert would know that.
Ello,
I know. Oh, Jaden Daniels.
I came to him.
He's on my fantasy.
Whoops, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was on my fantasy team.
Robert.
I should have got it earlier, but I forgot. I forget quick on those now.
I mean, that's
like Marcus Mariota won it. Like, really?
Long time
What are they
ago.
thinking?
I don't know.
I mean, a lot of Heisman guys have won it, and you could be like,
right.
what
You
were
could
they
say
thinking?
that.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Let's
New
go
contestant.
let's go to Bana.
Bana, welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Not
Bana.
much. Here we
Hello,
go.
Bana.
Good to have you aboard.
First question. Which author of scary books holds the record for the most book-to-movie adaptations in the horror game?
Is this a one?
In a horror genre.
Yes,
excuse
there's
me.
only one answer, and everybody knows it.
I would think so.
Let's go R.L. Stein.
Oh, man.
there's not just one there, player.
Well, there is, but
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Not the one we're looking
You know what
for.
hurt? This hurt Bana that he's like a real fan of the genre.
Yeah.
Because I think the only one I could think of would be Stephen King. So, sorry,
R.L.
Bana.
Stein.
You were too
Goosebumps.
smart on that one, Bana. You were
I
too
love
smart.
Goosebumps, growing
Yeah,
up.
you were too smart that time.
We going for tiebreaker here? Oh, we got time for another one.
Let's just keep going.
You know,
keep going.
one little Stephen King trivia most don't know. He wrote the short story that was made into Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, and he wrote The Green Mile.
I did know he wrote the
Yeah, the Green Mile. Most people
But
know.
Shawshank,
Most
he
people
wrote
don't
the
know
short story.
Right, and that's what would turned into the movie. But I mean, it was his vehicle originally. I don't think people knew that.
What do you think a day in the life of Stephen King is, with all of that in his head at all times?
And it doesn't seem like it'd be a fun place to be.
No.
Probably not a lot of naps. He's probably not
No.
napping often.
All right, let's go to our next contestant. Let's go to Peter.
Hello, Peter. Happy Tuesday.
Happy
Tuesday, guys. Haven't played in a while. Hoping
Oh.
not to embarrass myself.
Good to have you back,
You're gonna be
Peter.
fine,
I
Peter. Here we go.
remember
First
Peter.
question. What is the name of the young lady possessed?
I'm gonna take this one out.
Why are you taking it
Because we
out?
talked about it earlier. So
But that
Chris
we
knows.
do that all the time.
But Chris knows.
Oh, touche. All right, you get a sports question then. Which team is number one in college football polls right now?
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice job,
Question
Peter.
number 2.
I don't think they should be, by the way. They're only good wins over Texas, and Texas isn't that good. No. Indiana has beaten a much better schedule so far.
I think I
just saying
transposed the first and second question, but this is what the second question is.
Who hit the walk-off home run for the Dodgers last night?
Luck of the draw, Peter.
Freddie Freeman.
There you go.
Here we go, Peter.
Why don't we just keep it all Dodgers here? Dave Roberts.
Wait, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Couldn't ask the question without that lead official.
Dave Roberts was drafted by what MLB team?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. That's right.
He played for the church. I'm gonna have to pass.
He's gonna pass. He's gonna pass.
I can't remember him playing with anybody before the Red Sox, but I think he did.
Of course he did.
I don't know. Padres was after. I think you're going to be a winner. I don't have a good guess. Rangers. Could have been anyone.
Peter!
Congratulations, Peter.
Yourself,
not only did you not embarrass yourself, you took home the win.
Yes.
The answer, the Detroit Tigers.
Tigers drafted Dave Roberts.
Yeah. Did.
And what did they do with him?
He went through their minor league system.
All right.
And that was
what year was that they stole the base for the Red Sox?
That was the comeback year, 2004, the year they won the World Series for the first time. That was the year they rallied from 3-0 down.
He was drafted by the Tigers, but he
Yankees.
debuted with the Indians.
Oh, he was an Indian.
And then he played with the Dodgers, and then the Red Sox, then the Padres, and the Giants.
It was after the Red Sox. I thought for some reason it was.
By the way, does Dave Marcus think he's Dave Roberts is the greatest because he went to UCLA?
Yeah, probably. All right.
Good job, Peter. Way to go. See, you took a shot and it paid off. Way to go.
Nice work, Peter. All right, let's slide away. Let's get to break. When we return after some traffic, more Gwynn and Chris.
Yay.
Yay.
From the 855, get
foreboding there.
What's this called, Tony says? I believe it might be like a haunted mansion type thing.
Oh, so it's not a movie that you recognize
No.
right away. Okay.
No. There will be some more. Do you guys like the Haunted Mansion?
At Disneyland?
Yeah.
It's been a while, but it was
I used
nice,
to like it. I don't know if it's still the same anymore. The best part of the ride is the elevator.
Oh,
that's the best part of the ride for me.
At the beginning?
At the beginning when you get in there and they
kind of scare you.
Hey, don't give it away.
Oh, please.
Come on, everybody's
just kidding.
You
get in the ride.
I mean, I like Pirates of the Caribbean until they sing the Yo-Ho song for the 11th time. Then I start wanting off.
Yo.
Did you know they have they used to have the pirates chasing the women, and now it's the women chasing the pirates?
No.
Yeah.
I feel like at the beginning of it, it's that way, and then at the end, it's the opposite. Like as you go through.
Possibly, but
bear of what is it?
Misinformation.
No, I swear they did that. I swear they changed it.
I'm pretty sure that it's like at the beginning of the ride, at the end, it's the opposite.
Let's get back to
Dead
sports.
man tell no tales.
I believe that's what people are tuned in for.
I think they like it.
They do. There was certainly one, probably many, but there was one particularly tense moment in the game last night. I think for just about anyone, whether you're a Blue Jay fan, Dodger fan, or just a fan of baseball. And that was when Kershaw came in the 12th inning. There's a lot to it, Tony. I think number one, that could be the last outing of Kershaw's career.
Yep.
Very, unless he pitches down here in the next few games. Secondly, he's always had kind of a bit of a, reputation of just not pitching great in the postseason, and the numbers actually back that up. He's never been anywhere near as dominant in the postseason. And he comes in last night with the bases loaded in the 12th inning and everything's on the line. And it's the first time in his entire career that he's ever thrown a single pitch in an extra inning of any kind. And he faces Nathan Lucas, lefty on lefty. And Tony, I want to go through the at-bat a little bit. Because, I think you said it. You were rooting for Kershaw. You didn't have to. I understand there's people that just want to see, anguish. But
right.
If you're any fan of the game of baseball and you understand what Kershaw, has been about, you didn't want him to go out giving up like a bases clearing double.
No.
Anyway, he fell behind 1-0 and he came back 1-1. His third pitch was his best pitch of the whole at bat. Down and in on the corner,
didn't get
but the ump missed the call, called it a ball. So now it's 2-1. He got a strike in at 2-2 and then went full 3-2. And 3-2, I'm sorry, you have to be nervous. Get the tying walk, gives Toronto the lead. And the first pitch was there, but Lucas fouled it away. And now I'm thinking, now you got to throw another strike. On the next pitch, Tony, he did not throw a strike. It was above the strike zone, but Lucas, went up and got a piece of it, fouled it off again. So now Kershaw had to throw a third straight strike with the bases loaded. And he threw a breaking ball, Tony, that missed badly, down and away. But he got bailed out by Lucas, who grounded it to second base. Edman made the play. Kershaw walks off a bit heroically. Take me through a little bit the mind of Lucas there. You don't want to strike out looking, but that last pitch was really not that close. So give me a little of his thinking.
The thing that stood out to me was how many balls in the air you got, like in the extra inning frames. Like there were very few balls on the ground.
Right.
And that played into both sides' hands. In terms of that particular bat, I think this is why, especially lefty on lefty, you're taught to think the other way because
hit the ball the other way.
Right. I think a couple things that I would have been thinking if I was in his shoes. I don't think Kirsch can beat me any longer in. He doesn't have that kind
with that fastball.
He doesn't have that kind of velocity.
So I don't have to respect it as much as I used to.
And he's never been a guy that has that lefty kind of tail to him. His fastball is either straight or it cuts away from
cutting
lefty.
away from a lefty.
Right.
Okay.
And so that's why that pitch that he didn't get the call on was such a good pitch. It's just not an area that he typically throws the ball in very often. But I think at the end, he ended up getting himself out. Even
he did, right?
Right. I think and this is what makes why Kershaw can still get outs. That fastball up that he got him to offer at. And forget the fact that he fouled out. The fact that he offered at it now makes that breaking ball down in a way more enticing at that point. And so
I could just hear Toronto fans everywhere going, "Wow!"
I screamed. They said,
"You know what I mean?
You swung it ball four."
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really even close.
Yeah,
but he went after it.
And listen, again, that's this is why you gotta respect dudes who can in those big Shohei Ohtani or Freddie Freeman in those big moments, being able to not get outside of yourself and be able to remain calm is a trait that not everybody possesses. And, I'm sure he would like to have that.
Yeah, I'm sure Lucas knows. Yeah, when he closed his eyes last night, the first thing he saw was that ball, too far out and down. But you know what I'm becoming to learn more and more, watching Ohtani, watching Vlad, watching a lot of these hitters, honestly, the ability not to swing is a huge 100%. Ability now.
But I want to give Kerr some credit here because, yes, the pitch was a ball, but it was over the plate. It was just down. Okay. And so you throw that breaking ball there, starting it where you started, because 3-2, just like everybody else knows, it's getting tight. And if I can start that breaking ball in a spot where he thinks, I can get to it,
he's got to go for it.
He's in his hand.
Yeah, that was a key moment for sure. We'll see if Kershaw, that is his final moment as a big leaguer. Game 4 is about a half hour away. We got more coming up. Gwynn and Chris, Big 5 time. And hang on, wait, make sure. No, I'm good. Hang on. We got more show coming up, though, and I'm sure some reads will be coming up, but not this time.
Yeah, Big Five on the way. And those reads that Chris was talking about, I got one. Okay. This hour is brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends November 1st. So you got like 4 days. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. Skraby has a Big Five.
Sure do.
We're going to be dipping into all kinds of different sports conversations, I'm hoping.
Yes, Messi, Lionel Messi, that is, has a suggestion for MLS.
I suggest that we listen.
Okay. I don't know that the owners want to listen, but we'll see. Scott Van Pelt maybe is on the move too.
Oh, Scott, SVP.
Chris's favorite thing is the Stanford Steve guy, right?
The Monday, the bad beats. Yeah, I do like that. I think a lot of people like it.
I think everybody loves it. Everybody, bad beats is one of those things that pops up when you go to work after whatever day.
You're never quite sure when it's on, but whenever it's on, I watch it. Yeah.
All right. Without further ado, let's check some traffic and then the Big Five.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Got a few things going on here. Crash on southbound at 5 right past the 52. Does not appear to be blocking lanes. Also, South 5 North Civic Center in the downtown area. Stalled cars just been taken out of middle lanes. Southbound at 15 at the South 805 connector ramp. Collision involving several vehicles. It's all over the right shoulder. Also, collision on South 125 before Spring Street. Car and motorcycle involved in that tangle. That's in the center divide. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, I just got it's not like I don't want to get people too excited. It's not like breaking news, but it is breaking news that we haven't talked about yet. So I will move Messi down to number 4.
Number 5.
But Kevin Acee is reporting that the Padres began the second round of interviews for their managerial opening today by hosting Albert Pujols for several hours.
Who was?
Padres.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess basically what Acee is saying is that they don't know who else is on the list, but Albert Pujols did sit down and meet with the Padres for some hours today. Yes, that's it. So, what is it, Tuesday? Tony's up first. When do you think they need and Caps need a manager?
Before, I don't know. I mean, the time frame, I mean, it'd probably be nice to get one in I don't know, before December.
Before the winter meetings?
Yeah. I mean, but does it really matter? Like, a manager's not out signing free agents. They might have some input, but I mean, they can only fly so many places to visit players to see how they're doing before the season starts. You obviously want to have one in before, I think, the winter meetings, but I don't think it's that big a deal.
Okay, Chris, when do you think the Padres need to hire a manager?
Well, I think Tony's on it. I mean, you got to have it by the winter meetings. I think. I mean, how are you going to get players? If you're going to try to sign
that's a good
free
question.
agent, don't you need to have a manager?
Will
players sign somewhere with no manager?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Depending on if the money's right and the Padres situation.
Well, right, I know. Right, you know what I mean.
It's like if you got offered a 4-year deal for $49,
right? You'd say, okay, yeah. And the manager, Fred Flintstone. Perfect. Love him.
But listen, I think for like maybe the top tier guys, yeah, they're probably gonna want to know who the manager is.
Yeah. So like the Schwarbs of the world.
Yeah.
Alonzos of the world.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on the manager thing, but
remember, free agency can't start really until the World Series is over. So
that is true. And I did learn this after I started working with you guys. No big news is announced during the World Series.
Absolutely
it's a
not.
Major faux pas, apparently.
They hate it.
Okay.
Number 4.
Lionel Messi has a suggestion for MLS if they want bigger players and bigger name players to come and play for the MLS. He said, quote, well, for starters, every team should have the opportunity to bring in players and sign whoever each team wants without limitations or rules for players to bring them in. MLS's salary cap is unique, but it's restrictive in squad building mechanisms are a staple of the league. Parity is celebrated at the MLS headquarters, apparently in New York. Commissioner Don Garber has long supported the league's financial rules as positives rather than limitations. Messi, now in his 3rd year in the league, clearly disagrees. He says, open that checkbook, get rid of the salary caps. Let's go. Chris, do they need to get rid of the salary cap?
Well, I'll answer, but first I want to just say the source is Messi, who makes more money than anybody. So, of course, he's going to want the pocketbooks to open. But I think there's some truth here. I would imagine there's some players that are just out of the reach of most teams because of the salary cap. And I think if a team wants to bring another Messi type, they should have the ability to do so. Couldn't you change it to salary cap with, an exempt player, something like this, Tony, or would that never work? Probably in baseball, and I know it wouldn't work, but
you mean one player doesn't count against your cap or something?
Just something, yeah. I don't know exactly. I know the NBA, I thought, did a smart thing way back when, and I know the MLS won't do this. But remember, they made a rule that basically if you wanted to become a free agent, you could make what you wanted, but your own team could offer you more.
Right.
That's how Jordan kept staying with Chicago every year. There was nobody could match what Chicago could give him. So I thought that was good by the NBA. They kept their stars in the same cities largely by doing that. So I think the MLS maybe needs to make an alteration to open it up because the more Messi's, the better.
All right. Tony, do you think they need to get rid of the salary cap?
So they have a soft cap from what I know. And I believe and the reason I'm going to defend Messi on this is because I think because of the type of player he is, he literally has a designation. I think it's called designated player. In his case, his contract does not look like everybody else's. Like he gets a piece of the Apple money. Like he gets because of his draw. So he's not even really, I think, speaking for himself because
no, I don't think so.
He's getting paid the most you can get paid.
Yeah.
But in terms of attracting more players into the league, he's probably spot on. I'm sure a lot of these teams are really handcuffed in what they can do and who they can bring in.
I just from the MLS website, the maximum salary budget charge for one player is $743,000. Their 2025 salary budget only $5.95 million.
Here's the designated player rule. Allows clubs to have up to 3 players whose salary exceed the salary budget. A portion of their salary counts against the budget, while the club is responsible for the rest. So this is where the sponsors come in for, each said team, and they got to find a way to get enough to get a guy like Messi in. I don't know that we don't have the quality of player that Messi is. So I don't know that you'd reach that type of money, but I'm sure, as Chris said, it would be helpful if they could somehow massage these rules to be able to bring more of those type of players in.
All right. We'll see what happens.
Number 3.
ESPN considers the weekday 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific slot, formerly the Around the Horn slot, a priority for maximizing viewership between NFL Live and Pardon the Interruption. And one of the strongest candidates, according to ESPN people, Scott Van Pelt, is a candidate for potentially moving from his late night Sports Center and Monday night countdown show to a 2 p.m. Pacific show. Tony's up first. Would you want SVP to move to the 2 p.m. slot?
Yes, please.
Really? I mean, we're doing a show.
Because SVP is up so late. He's after the Monday night football game.
And he's in Bristol, right?
Yeah, and he's in Bristol. Like, I don't get to see him, or I'm like, I don't have it in me to stay with your show after the game is over. So, yes, I need some SVP in my life again.
All right.
And if he moved to the 5 o'clock, I'm there.
Chris?
Second best segment on SVP is Where in the World is SVP? Or, the one where they show all these people that maybe look like him.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to stay because I don't watch at 2 o'clock. I'm talking to you.
Touche.
And I like him.
DVR everything, though.
True, but I wouldn't. Yeah, not that. I like him where he is. I think he does a good job, but I understand if he'd want to maybe go do something else. He's one of the. Shouldn't he be able to kind of name his own thing at this point?
I feel like that's. I don't know why
he's
he gets
the
that
biggest.
treatment.
I mean, he's got to be the biggest one there now.
He's the only
Stephen
one
A.
I can name from Sports Center.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of. I do feel like Scott Van Pelt.
Is there any chance we get like Sports Center back in that way? Like, no. We can't get like
where they
baseball
just show
tonight where it's highlights again. Like, is that all bad? Like, people don't like that.
See, that's what people don't want anymore on their TV because they have it on their phone. Like, if I'm going through my news section, I saw Freddie Freeman's walk-off home run in my phone's news section.
I guess you're right.
Before I saw it on TV.
But I like having a place where I can go get all the highlights in one place.
Right, like baseball.
Instead of having to go on my phone and search the Bulls highlights on this app, the Laker one over there.
Well, you're searching the wrong app.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
You got to type in a lot of different stuff for that.
Baseball tonight fell off when they moved away from the highlights. Like, you got all your baseball highlights. You knew exactly what happened on that day. It repeated like 4 or 5 times.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Skraby, that quick pitch that I watch on MLB, that's a pretty good show, and that's all they do is show highlights.
Yeah, we just don't get the SVP or who else?
Right, you don't
Keith
get a good
Olbermann. We don't get the personalities
Yeah.
behind it anymore.
You get all the highlights there. I like that show. I think it's good.
During the baseball season, I tune in the quick pitch more than I tune into anything else to catch up on.
I do think for baseball, I will eat my words because there is so much going on a daily basis. There's
so
zero
many
chance of catching up with all the games.
But doesn't NFL
quick pitch
tonight,
is good.
But doesn't NFL Tonight or whatever they put on the network
countdown, but you don't get you got to like have the app.
Yeah,
I think
you gotta
in
have
order
the
to
app
see
now. They don't have that on their main. I used to watch Tom Jackson and
we all did.
Chris Berman, yeah,
we all did. They were outstanding in that.
And you're saying that nobody wants that anymore.
I do.
There is a place for it, but I don't think they want.
I'm disagreeing with Scraby on this one.
I know you are.
Like on most things.
Because the newspaper doesn't show highlights.
I love how I get. You know what? I wear that proudly.
You should.
That I get the newspaper. So you can try to make fun all you want.
I wasn't making fun. I was just saying you need your highlights somewhere else because my news comes from my phone. Your news comes from the newspaper, so obviously there's no video in those.
Number 2.
You know, Chris, if you went to
24 hours behind because he goes with the newspaper.
Adam and I have a joke because Tony, what is
Didn't Yamamoto pitch great last night?
Adam and I have a joke because Adam and I were talking about an AC article during the season, and Chris was like, "Well, I didn't see it in the paper." Like, and so Adam was like, "Well, does it exist because it wasn't in the paper?"
Pretty much. Not to the next day.
You know, I'm gonna. You know, if we ever stop working together, I'm gonna miss Chris keeping me in that time frame of my life.
Did you see what Adam wrote last night?
Yes,
because
yes,
he was,
he did.
you know, Dolphins beat his Falcons. Bulls beat his Hawks, and then I wrote, next up, Aztecs over Georgia in the college football playoff. He knew that was a little absurd.
He did. I think I texted back. Now that would be something.
Yeah, that would be something.
All right,
same colors.
Do we want to go with Lamar Jackson and how No, I don't really care anymore about the Lamar Jackson thing. ESPN's Michael DeRocco thinks Travis Hunter could become the Jaguars' wide receiver number 1 in the season's second half, citing the team talking about Hunter's playmaking and run after the catch ability, while last year's breakout Brian Thomas Jr. has struggled this year. DeRocco believes Hunter will be a, quote, significant player in the offense going forward, suggesting a potential shift in the Jaguars receiver pecking order. Chris, the Jaguars actually have a plan for him? Because he was a defensive guy, then he was an offensive guy, then he was both, and then he was offensive.
So do they have a plan?
Yeah, do they have a plan?
I don't know. I don't think so. They don't show that they do. I think the plan should be to make him a receiver. And just get him out of the defensive meetings and let him go play. Because if you're going to be a receiver at that level, you got to practice receiver all day, every day, I think.
Yeah.
So he's showing me some signs on that side. The other way, if you want corner, then play corner. But I think the two-way is still messing him up. It was good to see him get 100 yards, though, last week or a couple weeks ago. So maybe he's starting to pick it up. It's good. But I don't think he can play both. He hasn't convinced me of that yet at all.
Tony, do the Jaguars actually have a plan for
I
him?
don't think they have a plan. I think they're just winging this. And the fact that he got 100 yards last week, I think it pushed him to the offensive side now. But don't let him go out and get a couple picks. Then they might go back the other way.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, I think either one, if he was just put there and left alone at just that one spot, he could be an all-pro. At either position.
Yeah, probably.
He's got so much athleticism
it's
to
crazy.
begin with.
I would say it would happen faster on the defensive backside because there's some small things he's got to work on in terms of his route running that when they don't just kind of get them the ball as quickly as possible.
But if he had all day to do it, he could work on it.
He could, 100%. So I don't think, to answer your question, they don't have a plan, no.
Aroldis Chapman recently said he would, quote, retire on the spot rather than play for the Yankees again. He said, no way, not even dead would he play for this team again. He had a pretty tumultuous 2022 season. He lost the closer role, and then remember he got a leg infection from a tattoo.
Yeah.
Skipped a mandatory workout and was left off the ALDS roster. Tony, do you think that he's telling the truth that he would retire before he played for the Yankees?
He seems like the type that doesn't play around with that kind of stuff.
Chris?
So yes.
I don't know, but I will say his comeback to me is one of the better ones in baseball. I didn't think he had that left, and he was really good this year. But I also
probably motivated him on that.
Maybe so. But if somebody a year and it was the Yankees,
he's already got money.
Well, 20 more million.
All right, contracts, baseball on the other side.
City and local sports.
Happy hour, 5:01 on the clock. Gwynn and Chris, you got a Chronicles this evening?
I sure do.
Chronicles 5 to
Yeah.
6.
What are you talking about? What's your
Skraby from 6 to 7?
Subject matter?
I'm actually going to go through, depending on what we do here. I'm going to go through.
So you don't know what you're doing?
No, I haven't. See, look at all my notes, Tony. Look at all these notes. That's a lot of notes. I'm going to go through some of the guys that are returning to the Padres next year and see what they need to do to take it to another level, like Nick Pivetta, Jackson Merrill. By the way, guys, Jackson Merrill had a pretty darn good season for the season that he had.
Did a lot of people complain about it? I don't think so.
I think people were more just upset that he didn't round into form until too late.
We expected a sophomore, not slump, but just.
I can't even call
I don't
that.
think most people expected. They expected it to shoot up.
Really?
More. Yes.
Yeah. I tempered my expectations.
Here's what he
maybe more than
improved
some.
in last year. He played in 41 fewer games, 114 less at bats. He did have more walks in that time, same amount of triples. And then if you look, he only had 8 fewer home runs, 6 fewer doubles. His OPS went down a little bit, but for the most part, in September and October, he hit 7 homers, 275 batting average, 946 OPS. I looking back, his season may have been frustrating, but it wasn't as bad as maybe we were gleaning.
Yeah, no, I never.
What'd you say?
Gleaning.
Yes, you did.
What did you think I said?
I don't know. I don't think that was used correctly, but I'm gonna let you get away.
That's
with
fine.
It.
I don't think I used it correctly either.
Yeah.
So,
why don't we pull it up?
Glean.
Definition.
It's the glean, guys. Does anybody know what that one's
No.
from? Marty Schottenheimer, old NFL films.
To gather small pieces of information and material slowly.
Yeah.
Or to collect leftover produce after a harvest.
Okay, well, that's,
that's probably what it is. Dodgers and Jays getting ready for Game 4 of the Fall Classic. Last night was indeed a classic, and one of the heroes for the Dodgers last night, maybe one of the bigger heroes.
I was pointing out,
yes,
David Popkins. I don't know if you guys probably heard his name a little bit now.
No,
he's the hitting coach for the
Toronto,
Blue Jays.
okay.
Yes, I remember as a player, he was with the Cardinals. He came and worked with my dad for quite a bit of time. Me and him still stay in contact. He's got a couple articles written about how good of a job he's done with the Blue Jays this year and improving. He came from Minnesota last year and is now the hitting coach there. And just wanted to shout him out, man. He's a good dude.
But he worked, you said, with your dad on stuff?
Yeah, it was.
Well, that's a good connection right there.
He was still playing at the time before he became a hitting coach, but he was one of the dudes who just asked a ton of, and like, you know, a lot of times you didn't get the invite down to Tony Gwynn Stadium. You just didn't show up. But once he came down, nobody knew him. He kind of introduced himself.
Right.
Started hitting with us, and like he kept coming back every year. And so it's happy to see this man.
Now he's passing along a lot of his knowledge. You know, that's a good trait out there, by the way. Just in general.
What's that?
Ask a lot of questions.
Yes.
It's not a bad thing. And here's another trait that's good. Listen to the answers. A lot of us don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
We don't know how to listen to the answer.
100%. I think that's one of the best things I did during my playing career is when I was in the training room, I used to ask the medical staff. I'm sure they was tired of me. I used to ask the dumbest questions sometimes, but it always led to more questions. And I think I've been able to take care of myself after baseball because I talked to those guys so much.
My when I was with the Gulls, the trainer Billy Taylor was kind of my best buddy on the squad, so I'd spend a lot of time in there, and I got a lot smarter.
Yeah.
Just kind of being around those trainer guys. All right, so one of the heroes I thought last night, Tony, and then we talked about all of them, of course. Freeman hit the home run. Ohtani had the starting pitchers, the defense, the throwing runners out, 57 runners left on base. One name we haven't mentioned yet, Will Klein.
Oh, yeah.
This is the guy that came in. He was the last Dodger pitcher on the roster.
As they said, the last resort pitcher.
Last resort pitcher. Like, we do not want to have to use this guy. He was only on the roster because of the, apparently kind of tragic situation involving Vesia.
Yeah,
which has kept him off the roster.
Yeah,
you unfortunately know it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But no, Vesia, of course, out. So the Dodgers had to put somebody on the roster. Will Klein was the choice, despite the fact that Will Klein pitched 15 innings this whole season for the Dodgers, despite the fact that he had a 1.6 whip in those 15 innings. He walked 10 batters in 15 innings. There was nothing to suggest that this guy should even be on the World Series roster. Career ERA, 5.16. But there he was, shutting down the Jays in the 14th, in the 15th, or the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th. 4 innings, 1 hit, Tony. I don't know if that's good luck for the Dodgers or just what it is, but he ended up getting the win. I mean, that's an incredible thing that a guy did. It wasn't even supposed to be on the team.
Yeah.
Pretty clutch.
He was as good, if not better than Eric Lauer, who was out there.
He did a good job, the old
throwing up zeros. Hey, man, listen, I think that's what the World Series often is about. It's about the guy you're not thinking of who wins an MVP. The guy who you're not thinking of who comes up with the big hit or pitches. How many innings did he go? 4 2/3?
4 innings. No, 4 innings, 1 hit. I mean, he gave, I think, 1 walk, and he was in 1 jam there in the top of the 18th. Other than that, he mowed him down.
I was really hoping for Ty France to be the guy who was the one that you never expected.
He got the knock, but then they pulled him for the pinch runner.
Yeah.
But, I was rooting for Ty.
What did you guys think of the sends there for
gotta happen?
You have to do it.
With the exception of Bo's early pickoff, all of those are, a risk well taken.
Okay. Because Schneider was out by 15 feet.
Yeah, well, that's because it was a perfect throw.
That's true.
You know who else was out by 15 feet? Vladimir Guerrero Jr. But the difference was the throw was up the line. And so he had to come all the way back. And that's the difference. I mean,
he would have been out.
He would have been out by a mile. But you send guys because you're at this point of the season, you make them make the play. You don't wait on, maybe we get another shot. You might not get another shot at that. So you got to send them.
The young lady, Sydney Sweeney, has taken over the world.
Okay. How did we get to Sydney?
She's on here.
Because she's doing the introduction of the World Series game tonight. There she is.
She cut her hair.
But I don't know what she's saying. We can't hear it. But how do we suppose she's introducing and why? Is she that? I guess she's
a
that
recognizable
big time
face.
now, yeah.
I mean, it's LA celebrities.
All right.
They like that kind of
I wonder how much you get paid for something like that.
Sydney, nothing.
If she's a baseball fan, she might not have required anything. I said if she's a baseball fan, she might not have required nothing.
You would just go for I don't feel like
they called
do anything for free.
They called and asked you and you had some free time.
Yeah, me, but I'm not Sydney Sweeney.
I know, but I think she might. I don't know. All right, I had one more
Chris
thing.
goes, I think she might do it for
I don't
free.
know. I got another one to bring up.
What you got?
This was something that happened in the Chiefs-Commanders game last night.
Oh, is this more?
This is not complaining about Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
This is on Rashee Rice. And in about the third quarter last night, I don't know how much of the game you guys all saw, but he I think a pass was broken up or he caught it and he got tackled, whatever it was. And as they were unlocking, he and the defensive back had a couple of words that looked like. And then Rashee Rice flipped the ball into the guy's helmet, into his head. 15-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct. Andy Reid takes him out, talking to him on the sidelines. And, of course, my thinking is, well, that's what you get. Rashee Rice is a bozo, and you put him on your team. What do you expect somebody like that to do? And if you just saw what they showed, which was him flipping the ball into the guy's head or, helmet, it looked every bit of that. So I want to thank ESPN. ESPN does those games?
Yep.
The director, the producer, whoever.
Stay on it. Stay on Rice.
Well, no, what they did was they went back through and they were able to find a wider angle of the play. And if you see it the second time, they collide, they get up, they're pushing and shoving, they're mouthing on it, and Rice flips the ball. But right behind the guy was the referee.
He was trying to, and the referee's holding his hand like,
right, he was trying to flip it to the referee, but they didn't show that the first time. And it made him look really bad. So I'm glad that they, cleared that up. Because I was all mad at Rashee Rice, like, oh, you're such an idiot. And he really didn't do anything wrong. He ended up getting 15 yards. But I think that was a mistake, as it turned out.
Well,
it's just interesting the way you look at things sometimes is a big deal.
And that is why social media is such a monster.
Right. They could show the other angle of that.
Somebody, guarantee you someone took that clip.
Yeah.
Just the first clip you were talking about.
Didn't show the second
posted
one.
it.
Yep.
And took on whatever narrative they wanted to take on. And that there is, why we probably are in the predicament we're in right now.
Yeah. I think that's exactly right. All right, Game 4 is underway. Nathan Lucas is leading it off tonight because Springer's not in there for Toronto, and we'll keep you up to date. I can tell you, though, that my favorite home plate umpire of all time, John Tumpane.
Oh, my God. It's starting off already
I
making
cannot
ridiculous
stand
plays.
PK.
Okay, nobody knows what you're talking about.
Well, he just made a catch.
He just
in the
jumped
foul
into the
territory,
stands, basically.
I know what he did, but the listeners wouldn't.
Well, now they know.
Now they know. All right, John
They didn't
Tumpane
care either as a Dodger.
John Tumpane's working behind home plate. I look for some excitement there tonight. And yes, they are underway with Kike making a nice play to start the game. Gwynn Chris checks traffic, and then coming up with Skraby's list of free agents in baseball and how much moolah they may make.
Moolah.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center.
I mean, I think first you can have that belief when you put the kind of work in that you do, that your body's going to heal right, and just trusting it. You talked about being an extension of the coaching staff. I would guess that that's going to be even more so this year with you not being able to actually do the physical part.
Yeah.
Is there something that you've tried to do this offseason to kind of get you into that mode in terms of being that extension? Because the reality is, although your arm might be useless in 25 this year, your mind's not going to be. And there's still a lot of guys, especially the ones who may be vying for your spot in the rotation, that could lean on you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's my job to help prepare these guys the best I can. And like guys like Waldron, guys like Randy Vasquez, Johnny Brito, those are guys that are, have really good stuff and are not far away from, being, middle of the rotation to top half, starting pitchers.
Yeah.
So trying to share some things. That's something we talk about all the time in the clubhouse is like, you bring something to the table on the field, every day. That's kind of what brings you here and gets you to this level. But, days that you're not playing as a starting pitcher, that's, a majority of our days. You pitch once every 5 days. So making sure you bring something to the table is, something we always talk about. So even though, like you said, I'm not going to be physically on the field pitching, I got to find a way to contribute. And a lot of that's just been, better communication with the staff. And I'm really excited this year to be able to sit in more of the coaches' meetings and see how they game plan and how they, come about their approach to certain teams. And I feel like when I come back in 26, I'm going to have a whole plethora of knowledge and things that I hadn't experienced before to add into my game. So.
I just have to say this. I've played with a lot of guys, and not all of them are going to take as serious as Joe is taking this part serious, which is getting into those coaches' meetings. Coaches Coaches are here a lot earlier than the players,
Are they, man?
especially during spring training. So the fact that he's going to be willing to do that, I think that's awesome, man. That's what separates you from a lot of these other guys out there.
Right. We're talking to Joe Musgrove here, Padres pitcher, 97.3 The Fan, and I have to ask from the fan perspective, because Tony every day on the show, whenever a team in the National League West signs a new big-name player, all of us fans are kind of like, why? And Tony says it doesn't matter. They still have to go out and play the games. Right. When you see that happen, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different perspective as a player. You know, our job is, our goal doesn't change regardless of whether we add, and that stuff's, you know, out of our control. So you never want to sit here going into an offseason saying, you know, we're going to be fired up if we get this guy and this guy, and you know, not if we don't get this guy. So you look at our team, you know, and a lot of people see all the moves being made and don't see us making moves, and it seems like a mismatch in the division. You know, all these other teams are adding, but you look at our roster. I mean, we spent a lot of money over the last handful of years and committed a lot of guys to be here long term, and the value in having those guys return every year and continue to build that relationship and that growth is every bit as valuable as adding a new free agent. So I think with the progress we made last year, and you guys will never understand how we feel. I'm sure you can see a little bit of it on the field and how we carry ourselves and, you know, the camaraderie and stuff, but you'll never truly understand just how close that group got last year. And although we didn't, you know, achieve the ultimate goal of winning the World Series, we grew a ton as a team. We grew a ton as, you know, a unit. And I'm super excited that we got most of these guys coming back. We got the whole staff coming back, and we can kind of pick up where we left off.
Well, last one for me, because you kind of just hit on it, and I think it's so important. The continuity, right? This is, what, year maybe 3-4 of this nucleus being together. How much of an impact can that have on a team, having guys who have been in the locker room together for so long?
Yeah, a ton. And, you know, like, Schulte's big thing is shared experiences. You know, we got guys from all over the league, some guys that are new and have experienced things that most rookies don't, and some guys that have been around 10 plus years that have, you know, been in championship locker rooms and been around the best of the best. So sharing those experiences with each other and helping each other grow along the way, not just, you know, providing, you know, assistance and, you know, coaching, but like sharing experiences and helping guys grow a little bit through, you know, what you've been through is a big thing for us.
Joe Musgrove, ladies and gentlemen, this is a good one we got here, man. Joe, appreciate you, brother.
Thanks so much, Joe.
Pleasure, man.
Quick healings, and enjoy the rest of your day,
sir.
man.
You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I think first you can have that belief when you put the kind of work in that you do, that your body's going to heal right, and just trusting it. You talked about being an extension of the coaching staff. I would guess that that's going to be even more so this year with you not being able to actually do the physical part.
Yeah.
Is there something that you've tried to do this offseason to kind of get you into that mode in terms of being that extension? Because the reality is, although your arm might be useless in 25 this year, your mind's not going to be. And there's still a lot of guys, especially the ones who may be vying for your spot in the rotation, that could lean on you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's my job to help prepare these guys the best I can. And like guys like Waldron, guys like Randy Vasquez, Johnny Brito, you know, those are guys that are, you know, have really good stuff and are not far away from, you know, being, you know, middle of the rotation to top half, you know, starting pitchers.
Yeah.
So trying to share some things. And that's something we talk about all the time in the clubhouse is like, you know, you bring something to the table on the field, you know, every day. That's kind of what brings you here and gets you to this level. But, you know, days that you're not playing as a starting pitcher, that's, you know, a majority of our days. You pitch once every 5 days. So making sure you bring something to the table is, you know, something we always talk about. So even though, like you said, I'm not going to be physically on the field pitching, I got to find a way to contribute. And a lot of that's just been, you know, better communication with the staff. And I'm really excited this year to be able to sit in more of the coaches' meetings and see how they game plan and how they, you know, come about their approach to certain teams. And I feel like when I come back in 26, I'm going to have a whole plethora of knowledge and things that I hadn't experienced before to add into my game. So.
I just have to say this. I played with a lot of guys, and not all of them are going to take as serious as Joe is taking this part serious, which is getting into those coaches' meetings. Coaches are here a lot earlier than the players,
Are they, man?
especially during spring training. So the fact that he's going to be willing to do that, I think that's awesome, man. That's what separates you from a lot of these other guys out there.
We're talking to Joe Musgrove here, Padres pitcher, 97.3 The Fan, and I have to ask from the fan perspective, because Tony every day on the show, whenever a team in the National League West signs a new big-name player, all of us fans are kind of like, why? And Tony says it doesn't matter. They still have to go out and play the games. When you see that happen, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different perspective as a player. You know, our job is, our goal doesn't change regardless of whether we add, and that stuff's, out of our control. So you never want to sit here going into an off season saying, we're going to be fired up if we get this guy and this guy, and not if we don't get this guy. So you look at our team, and a lot of people see all the moves being made and don't see us making moves, and it seems like a mismatch in the division. All these other teams are adding, but you look at our roster. I mean, we spent a lot of money over the last handful of years and committed a lot of guys to be here long term, and the value in having those guys return every year and continue to build that relationship and that growth is every bit as valuable as adding a new free agent. So
love that.
I think with the progress we made last year, and you guys will never understand how we feel. I'm sure you can see a little bit of it on the field and how we carry ourselves.
You've missed my
that music doesn't.
This is the original.
Yeah, that doesn't scare me.
Wait until they go kill. That's my favorite part.
Oh wow. 5:20 on the clock.
I need to hear Psycho. That's the best.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was Psycho.
No, Psycho.
Hey, it does.
It's got a little Psycho in it.
Yeah, like this.
That's Psycho. Who came up with that?
Yeah. Who was in the studio with the keys doing that?
Hitchcock walked in and said, "Give me something scary for the shower scene." The guy said, "All right, here you go."
I mean, that would have sent a chill down my spine in 1960.
Absolutely.
They're like, no, I need a sound for when someone is in extreme agony.
And logo.
We have that as well.
We could be minutes away from seeing a leadoff intentional walk. Schneider did not confirm that
whether Ohtani is up. Right,
he's leading off the first.
No score. Toronto put a couple guys on, but did not score. So let's see. That would really be amazing if they pointed to first base and they just let him go to first to begin the game.
That would be something.
That would be something. We're going to find out here in a moment.
It looks
John Tone Payne has not given him the signal yet.
No signal.
Look at this. 13 at bats.
I'm
Homer,
looking at Schneider.
Walk, Homer, double Homer, intentional walk, intentional walk, regular walk.
Oh gosh.
No, he's in the box. So he was not getting the intentional walk, but let's see if he gets the unintentional, as they say. First pitch was nowhere near.
Evan Drellich. A name that if you are in baseball, if you're in the baseball realm, he's one of the better writers I think we have, was on Foul Territory. And they were talking about the possible new collective bargaining agreement after the 2026 season. Now, we've focused a lot on whether, there's a strike coming or not, but this was more of a conversation about some of the things that could come in that new collective bargaining agreement. And one of those things is perhaps Major League Baseball and the Olympics coming together so that Major League ball players could participate.
I think they believe in the value of the Olympics as something that can boost the value of the WBC. I don't think they look at it necessarily competitively. 99% of the time in my line of work, the answer is money. It's always money. It's insurance. It's making sure that if you're going to have this long break, you got to work out all these details, what that extended All-Star break, presuming they end up doing both the Olympics and the All-Star game in a single break. That is what they're trying to do. There is a reality that you're going to stretch the schedule anyway. To do that, one of the things that around the All-Star game this year, there are conversations with LA28, the organizing body, about making sure there's basically as little time as possible between that All-Star game and the start of the Olympics, because the schedule that came out starts July 15th would be the first baseball game at the Olympics. The All-Star game, if it's a normal year, would probably be July 11th. It's always a Tuesday. So that's 4 days in between. You don't need 4 days in between. So really, if you start the thing at day or two earlier, that probably makes it as efficient as possible. It's always money. There's just money to be worked out when you have a project like this and owners worried about their investments. And there's a long list of issues they got to figure out.
I thought that was very interesting. For forever, Major League Baseball has not been involved with the Olympics. As a matter of fact, my uncle Chris, who was on the '84 Olympic team,
I was at the gold medal game.
Got to participate in part because he was not a big leaguer yet at that point. He was a collegiate.
McGuire was on that team too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But he wasn't in the. Oh no, he was a couple years away.
He was away, and so those guys got to participate.
Yeah.
I think it would be extremely cool. I'm actually surprised that Major League Baseball is kind of at the forefront of trying to help this happen. I mean, those 4 days that Evan Drellich talks about are important because if they can get the Olympics to start, which it sounds like they're on the same page, right at that All-Star game break or before, whatever it might be, we got a chance to perhaps see Major League players participate, and we know they want to. I think Bryce Harper was like one of the first people.
Do we need it though with the World Baseball Classic? And does it?
Well, that's what he was.
That's
saying.
why he was talking about it was
right.
because Major League Baseball views the Olympics as being a boost to the World Baseball Classic.
Like we're good enough for the Olympics, so now our tournament is top notch.
Right. They because when I initially heard it, I thought that would be the end of the world, but they're actually looking at it as something that would boost that for Major League Baseball. And I think what are we up on that this year? When is the next
WBC?
Yeah,
it's 2026.
Yeah, so when the Olympics comes in 28, the following year, the 29 season would be the next World Baseball Classic. So you would get the Olympics, and then that would lead into the following year of Major League Baseball having their World Baseball Classic. So
all I remember is the last spring training with the Padres having to do the World Baseball Classic was kind of a disaster. It was in like planning things out.
Darvish left, didn't get to pitch much, came back, kind of was off to a slow start. Juan Soto came back, slow start.
Manny
came back, slow start. Now, listen, that could have just been a one-off. Like, there were plenty of dudes that played in the World Baseball Classic that year that got off to tremendous starts, and you could argue it was because of it. But I just thought that whole thing was interesting. I just think that Major League Baseball is forward-thinking in that way.
I think to watch the Olympic baseball, they have to play.
Yeah. No,
is anybody
going
to watch if they're not?
I mean,
with all due respect to the guys that are trying,
I don't think so. It's not the same.
No,
it's not the same, for sure.
Real quick, while you were playing that, Ohtani did lead off. He was not intentionally walked. Bieber threw 3 balls that were well out of the strike zone, then gave him a strike, which he took. The 3-1 pitch was low, but our guy John Tumpane called it strike 2.
He was looking to reaper him.
He tried, he should have reapered him on the next one. It was right down the middle, and he called ball 4. And Bieber was like, "What happened?" And I think Tumpane just assumed he was going to walk him, and he kind of gave up on the pitch. So Ohtani got his walk after all.
That definitely happens when you've been behind the dish and you've been watching the team pitch around a guy all day.
Right, you forget
you start to anticipate. Yeah,
they should have called strike 3 seriously. Anyway, he got his walk, but he's still 2 outs, man on first.
So what is that, 10 straight plate appearances he's reached?
Yeah, 9 yesterday and 1 today. So, yeah.
Kind of ridiculous.
I wish that baseball is probably like so exhilarating playing like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm on base every time. Like what?
There's no struggles.
It's like playing Madden baseball or
it basically
baseball,
is on the video game.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to break. When we return, what we got when we return?
Strassi
was on earlier. He was good.
My guy, Stephen Strasburg, special assistant to San Diego State's head coach Kevin Vance. You'll get to hear it next here on Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and Wood.
Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look.
Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero never met a pitch he couldn't swing at, and powerhouse hitter for the Expos, and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, oh yeah, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Chris, Ello, yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chip, what we're going to talk about tomorrow. But one thing we need to talk about tomorrow is something we never got to today. It's hilarious to me that we get off on crazy stuff, and that's fine. But we never really got into the idea that Sankey, the SEC commissioner, wants to turn back
we
the rule
completely
to bet
forgot
on,
about that, huh?
Yeah, he doesn't want the college. He wants the NCAA to change the rule back. And we didn't get our chance to sound off on that today, but that's okay. It's not going anywhere. So we'll get to talk about that hopefully tomorrow. If you go to ESPN.com, go to MLB page, headlines, 2019 World Series MVP Strasburg returns to SDSU, joins staff.
Wow.
To that end, Mr. Strasburg was on our program today to talk about rejoining the staff. He also talked about how he probably wouldn't try to get Shohei Ohtani out.
Yeah, he was very political.
Yes,
in
he
his answer.
was. It very much expected him to answer it like that.
I mean, doesn't he just throw heat?
Well, he was one of the first. He wasn't one of the first, but when he came up, like his velocity was different.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Now it'd be with everyone, right?
He would just be like one of the regular guys.
So he was like kind of a unicorn when
he kind of was like a starter that was throwing 98.
And
like
he kept doing
it throughout the game.
And he had a slider that was pretty
nasty.
Good. Yeah. Anyway, we were really happy to have him on. We'll talk with that, or give you a chance to listen to that in just a moment. Blue Jays and Dodgers scoreless, middle of the second in Game 4.
That sun is crazy.
There is a period of time. Tony's putting on his sunglasses.
Look at that bad boy.
There's a period of time where the sun sets right in the perfect angle to make it through maybe 3 or 4
I wouldn't
windows.
know. I'm blinded the whole day because of this white circle of light that I have here. So
Tony definitely has to wear
this stupid thing.
You should wear sunglasses too, Chris.
I should. It's if I didn't have to wear my reading glasses, I might wear sunglasses. All right, so let's check the traffic, and then we're here. Our visit with Stephen Strasburg, which was a lot of fun.
From the 8-5 connecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Can't seem to catch a break on the roads this evening. Southbound 163 just past the 8 collision involving car and a pickup truck. It's over to the right shoulder. Also eastbound 8 near Hotel Circle. There's a crash in the center to 5, but fire crew's got that left lane blocked. Also southbound 5 before H Street. Accident involving car and a motorcycle. It's got the slow lane blocked. Tow truck is on scene assisting with that. We also got this hit and run accident East 54 just before Rayo Drive. Big rig involved in this one. And Paradise Valley Road on-ramp to southbound 125, a collision. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Joining us on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline, none other than Stephen Strasburg. Stephen, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Let's start with the news from yesterday. Special assistant to head coach Kevin Vance. I'm not sure I saw this coming from you, man. Like, what has possessed you to, get this much closer to being back on the field again?
Yeah, I really care about the San Diego State baseball program, and I feel like that, they're a sleeping giant, and college baseball is such a fun sport to watch, and obviously seeing what the Padres have done over the years here, this is a baseball town, and I really want to do everything I can to get Tony Gwynn Stadium back into the spotlight, and it's going to be a fun process, I believe.
Yeah, Stephen. I mean, look, it's a great venue, right? It's first class, Division I baseball stadium. When you pitched there, you saw what it looked like with 3,000 people in there. But as Tony mentioned, I mean, I know you were always kind of on the outside, lending your support to the baseball program. Was there anything in particular though that pushed you to make another little jump here? And will you actually be in the dugout, or will you be around the team at practice? What's your role, or do you know that yet?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit of everything. They brought in a great coaching staff, and Kevin Vance, Tyler Holt, Kevin Heiss. really enjoyed getting a chance to know them this fall. A lot of new players there, and it's a lot of really good momentum for the program, which has kind of been stagnant for some years. And I really want to just do everything I can to get them over the next hump. And I really believe that they can be a national contender someday.
Stephen, I mean, obviously, Kevin Vance in his first year or about approaching his first year as head coach here at San Diego State. I mean, what type of wisdom will you be able to impart, or what will you be actually kind of sitting back and watching as I'm sure these players are going to have tons and tons of questions for you as you arrive there at practice for the first time.
Yeah, it's I can honestly say that I've experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows in this game, and I'm just want to make myself available to share my experience, and hopefully something clicks with them, because once an Aztec, always an Aztec. And there's Aztecs throughout this game still, and I really want to do everything in my power to highlight that and just show that we're all here in the dugout with them this season and moving forward.
Stephen, when you played for Tony's dad at San Diego State, I'm just curious, going back a little bit, what originally attracted you to San Diego State? Obviously, you grew up here, and talk a little bit about, if I recall correctly, you were a closer your freshman year, and how you went from that to starting, and how that kind of changed your life. And I think the last thing would be how Tony's dad handled you and prepared you for the pro game. I always thought that was a big part of everything.
Yeah, it was really a match made in heaven for me. It changed my life. I grew up. I got into baseball at 3 years old because of Tony Gwynn. And I just became infatuated with it, obsessed with it. And I was blessed enough that San Diego State saw some potential in me, and they gave me an opportunity. I went into that freshman year. I didn't have a role, and I had some great upperclassmen there that really took me under their wing and showed me what it really took on a daily basis to get better. And then, really the rest is history. It's my career would have probably never gotten off the ground if it wasn't for everybody there at State.
Stephen, as year one approaches for Kevin and this team, obviously I read the story today that was written by Kirk Kenny, and he was talking about how it was always the goal to get to Omaha at San Diego State. Not to say that has changed in recent years, but it does seem like it's a little bit further away. What are some of the things that you've been able to kind of highlight? And I know you've talked about some of the work you've done behind the scenes, but Tony Gwynn Stadium needing to kind of fit the mold of what a team who goes to Omaha plays in. What are some of the new fixes that are approaching San Diego State this year?
Yeah, there's been a large increase in support to the program over the last 2 or 3 years, and ultimately this is a passion project for me. I grew up going to Tony Gwynn Stadium with my dad, and I had just amazing memories watching the Aztecs. My parents are alumni. I consider Tony Gwynn Stadium to be the premier venue in this city, and with time, everything begins to change a little bit. And, my goal is to get, those facilities back to being what they were when I was a kid. And I really believe that if, all the talent in the backyard has an option to go to San Diego State and be given the resources and facilities to get better every day, that's where you're going to see some real gains in terms of competitiveness long term. And then also, going into the Pac-12 is huge. It's Oregon State is no joke. They've done it before, and they're continuing to be at the top level in the game, and that's our direct competition. So we got to continue to keep building to be ready for that play and hopefully make some noise.
it's totally possible what he's talking about.
100%.
Right. You know that, Tony. And I know it because right when I got done playing, I mean, your dad was still there. And, we had Meacham and, Al Newman at the time. And a team that I believe got all the way up to number 2 in the nation. And deservedly so, was top 10 for 2 or 3, 4 years there. So we know this can be done. But how do you make the next step? I mean, that seems like getting it back. And can you get one player? Do you need to get a bunch of kids from local to kind of start the ball rolling, Stephen?
Yeah, I mean, from personal experience, moving back to San Diego, I dabbled in high school baseball last year, helping out coaching, and the general consensus that I've seen from the high school athlete at this point is that unfortunately San Diego State is a little bit of an afterthought, and in this new era, everybody wants to go to an SEC school and things like that. But I think you can just really look at how strong our alumni are from San Diego State baseball. I mean, we're littered throughout the game, and that really shows what this program is capable of. And now it's a matter of really just going out there and making steady improvements. And it's much like the Field of Dreams movie: if you build it, they will come.
Stephen, now having spent some time with you and know how you came up in this game, it's a lot different now. Pitchers view pitching, I think, a little bit different than it was once viewed. How does that jive with the way that you see the kind of art of pitching? Obviously, a lot of velocity in today's game, a lot of spin, maybe not as much concern on command. And I know you won't be the pitching coach, but I would be silly, I would think, for you not to be participating at least a little bit. How do you see kind of merging what and with today's kind of way of going about pitching?
Yeah, I think it's a balancing act. It's amazing to see how developed college players are. It just seems like the game as a whole is getting younger, and there's so many guys coming out of the draft that are immediately going right to the big leagues and having success. That wasn't necessarily the case like when I was there. There was a handful of guys, but it just seems like that the technology and the pitching development, the hitting development aspect is there's so much more data and information that's being thrown at these players. And really it comes down to how do you balance that?
Yeah.
Because, when you're out there competing, I had a pitching coach in DC, Steve McCaddy, and he always said, paralysis by analysis.
Yep.
And, I noticed just watching games that, a lot of guys like to have the iPads there reviewing their spin and everything like that. I'm more like, well, is it a strike? Are you
Right.
being an offensive player as a pitcher, getting into favorable counts? Because that's what separates championship caliber teams and programs, is that are you consistently putting yourself in a position to have success more than failure?
I think San Diego State couldn't be luckier to have Stephen Strasburg coming back and working with this baseball program and, kind of a hands-on part of it. If you don't mind, Stephen, just to go back a little recollecting at SDSU, we talk about your no-hitter here often. My question to you, do you know who Michael Beltran is? Ring
Michael
any bell?
Beltran.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds familiar. That's for sure.
Okay. He is a guy who got probably the most unlikeliest hit in college baseball history because he had the only hit against Strasburg in the game you struck out 23 batters. And I still marvel at that one. I was there for your no-hitter, but 23 strikeouts. Four guys put the ball in play the whole game. I don't know. How do you even explain that one?
Well, it's funny, you know. I can't honestly remember any of the strikeouts, but I do remember that hit. It was a little like bouncing ground ball up the middle, just outside of our reach of our second baseman, and he was running hard down the line. So that's all you got to do as a hitter is get down the line hard 90.
Stephen, you mentioned you kind of collected your own data in watching today's game. Well, I'm pretty sure you've watched at least a little bit of last night's World Series game. And I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, if you were on the mound, how would you attack Shohei Ohtani? Because at this point, Toronto is waving the white flag.
Yeah, they've given up.
And I'm not mad at them. I think they should have waved it maybe a little bit earlier than they did. From what you've seen, I know you're not on the field, I know you've watched him at least a little bit. How would you try to attack Shohei Ohtani?
Well, to be 100% honest, I would go with the approach of make him walk.
Okay.
You know, another guy on that team that gave me fits for a long time is Freddie Freeman, and you know, it wasn't until I decided well before my start that I wasn't going to let him beat me that you know, I started to do slightly better, but still, you know, those guys are just so incredibly talented, and you can throw the perfect pitch, and you know, they can still do a ton of damage with it. So yeah, just know where your outs are in the lineup, and right now he's not one of them.
Isn't that funny that I'm looking it up? He knows Freeman is the all-time hit leader against Strasburg of all baseball players.
Like he said, he doesn't remember any of those 23 strikeouts. He remembers the dinker up the middle.
Always remember that stuff. Stephen,
well, I mean, you just see guys that you play with, and you know, Freddie and I go way back. We actually played scout ball together. He was a little bit younger than me, and you know, when I was coming up, it was Jason Hayward and Freddie. And, you know, there was I remember sometimes when I just threw what I thought was a really good changeup, and he somehow stayed back on it and hit it off the wall the other way. And that's where you just got to tip your cap.
Not many guys did that against you, though. And especially, I mean, your World Series hero year, man, that's something to treasure forever. And if we had more time, we'd probably run through every one of those games too. But it's exciting, man. We had a great time out at your golf alumni thing last year, and everything you're doing for the school is fantastic. And, you know, I'm so happy for Aztec baseball people right now.
We're very lucky to have Stephen. We've taken enough of your time, Stephen, man. Appreciate you coming on. And look forward to seeing you a lot more in the next few weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate it, Anthony, and all the best. Go Aztecs.
Strauss is like one of the few people with certification to call me Anthony.
Is that so, Anthony?
Strauss and Buster Olney.
You know, it's those who have been spent a lot of time with my dad, because that's what he called me most of the time. I can't think of a time my dad ever called me Tony. It was always Anthony.
He probably would have felt like he was talking to himself.
He probably would have.
1-0. Dodgers did take the lead on a Kike Hernandez sac fly. Jay's batting in the top of the third. Tony, did you see this? Last night's 50-point score in the NBA.
Another one.
The fourth already this season by Lauri Markkanen of the Jazz.
Former Bull.
Yeah, former Bull.
Sounds like an F1 driver.
He joins Austin Reeves, SGA, and
there's another 50
Aaron
burger.
Gordon.
Yeah.
4 50-point games already, and the season's only like 5 days old. So
they're getting them up.
They're getting them up and getting them in.
I haven't quite locked into basketball yet. I need this World Series to finish up
for sure,
but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we're getting closer and closer. You know, next Tuesday will be the Aztecs basketball home opener.
Long Beach State.
Yeah, we're going up to the women Monday to play UCLA up in Anaheim. So it's all getting going. Some college hoops, not too far around the corner. So, and football, I think the Aztec football has Wyoming Saturday.
4:00 start.
And you know what, people, I can't make you do it. I know it costs money, but I mean, doesn't this team at least kind of start to deserve some of your support to go out to a game? I know it's not fair for me to say, because it's not my,
it's not your cashola.
Right. But I mean, you would love to see,
I'm going to get out to one this year.
These kids are really playing good. This team is really good. They got a chance to win this conference and who knows what else. So that's Saturday. All right. Tomorrow we're back over under on the Blue Jay Dodger game tonight. 16 and a half innings? Go under.
Like the pitcher's arms would fall off.
It's got to go under tonight.
No one wants that. Neither team wants that.
That would be nuts. So we'll check out how that turns out tomorrow. In the middle of the week, I believe we have a sports court, and we have to take that NBA or NCAA gambling thing to court as well.
We got a 1-1 game.
We maybe have 2-1.
2-1 game.
Vlad goes. Jr. 2-run shot. We'll see you tomorrow. Skraby's next. Chronicles.